On this week's episode of GameSpot After Dark, we talk about GDC getting canceled, PAX East demos, and really bad fanfiction. Timestamps are in the description. Hello and welcome to GameSpot After Dark, GameSpot's unofficial, but still official video game podcast. That's us. I'm Kallie. I'm subbing in for Jake Decker today, and joining me is Michael Hyam.
Hello, it's been a while since I've been here, and it feels good because I have a lot to talk about.
Oh.
Y'all better get ready to listen to my dumb ass.
Okay. Our very own Ashley O joining us from New York.
Hello.
And Kurt and Vina.
Hi.
The illustrious, the incredible, the irreplaceable.
Oh.
Look at them boots, though.
The greetings and salutations. I'm Kurt, and I'm very happy to be with you all. I'm going to leave now.
Okay.
Kidding. I'm going to stay. Hi.
Because we have so many new-ish and very new faces, we're going to do
I was on here once. One time.
Well, you weren't here for Chris from Dayton, Ohio, the 2-point series. We're now on 2.3, thanks to Kevin in our emails. So how this works is Chris from Dayton, Ohio, I'll just tell the origin story again. One sent us an email that was like, at the very beginning of the podcast, and was like, hey, with all due respect, I don't know who the fuck any of you are. And what can you tell us about yourselves? And so we do this with everybody who joins the podcast. So because you guys have done the Chris from Dayton, Ohio standard segment talking about the games you like, etc., we'll let Ashley do that, and then we'll do the special new 2.0 series.
Yeah, I haven't played the update yet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's a new update. So
Patch notes.
Yeah, patch notes came through. So Ashley, the first question is, what do you do? And also, what games do you like? And are there any, like, what's your favorite stuff? And yeah.
What I do at GameSpot?
Yeah.
I'm the senior social producer. I look after Twitter. God help me. Games that I really like. I love Final Fantasy VIII. I will never stop talking about Final Fantasy VIII. Every year, no expletives there. Ooh.
Nice.
I'm playing that. I will always go back to Overwatch no matter what. I kind of hate myself because I buy 5 new games and then keep playing Overwatch. But
you know what you like.
hard not to.
You know what you know.
Yeah, and working my way through Yakuza Kiwami 2. Number 2.
I spent so much time in that game doing just the cabaret stuff.
Oh, I live for the cabaret.
The cabaret thing should be its own game. I love that so much.
I do kind of like Zero.
I was about to say, because I started with Zero, and Zero's mine.
It's so hard to top Zero, though.
Did you know that
honestly
Yakuza
agree.
0 is a perfect game?
I
saw your tweets.
would
I've tweeted
maybe
like 5
consider
times
agreeing
at
with
this
that.
Perfect game. Not my favorite of all time, but it is a perfect game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As the reviews editor, I'm legally obligated to say there's no such thing as a perfect
Yeah, there's no such thing as a perfect game. But in my heart, y'all can't see my heart.
That's fair.
But it's just Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yakuza.
Yakuza.
Okay, gotta get the cadence right.
Yakuza.
Yakuza.
Anyway.
0.
Kevin has come through with the patch notes first. He says, hey, After Dark crew, thank you so much for the kind words on the new baby. Just had a new baby. Congrats, Kevin.
Oh.
Sadly, I did not grow up in West Hartford, but my wife did, and she does not remember or recognize Peter Brown.
Oh.
We talked
I
a lot
always
about
recognize Peter Brown.
About Connecticut last episode. Conrad High, all the way, she says. All right, so I'm going to do the questions first, and then we'll read the patch notes because the patch notes are always very entertaining. He phrases them just like regular game patch notes.
Sick.
All right, so how this is going to work is I'll read the question, and then one by one, you guys answer as quickly as you can. Michael's doing his surprise burps.
Yo. Hey,
I'll have some
carbonated drinks fuck me up, man.
Anyway, so I'll just go, and then we'll go to the
It's
next
rapid
question.
fire, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
just like the first,
All right,
what's in your heart. Okay, ready? In MMOs, DPS, healer, or tank?
DPS.
Healer.
Healer.
In Pokemon, grass, fire, or water starter?
Fire.
Fire.
Grass.
Sonic or Mario?
Mario.
Mario.
Life is Strange, Walking Dead, Gone Home, or What Remains of Edith Finch?
Gone Home.
What Remains of Edith Finch?
Gone Home.
Game that made you the angriest?
It made me the angriest? I don't get angry very much.
You can't shotgun. That's a quick one. Like, there's death.
Call of Duty Black Ops because I got shot in the back a lot.
Fallout 4, do not like at all. At all. Wow. Audio level spiking. Sorry.
I actually am having a lot of trouble with this. Like,
You're not an angry person.
What was the last time you were angry?
I'm intense.
Angry.
Fallout
76.
No, I was like
No,
quite
that's
patient
Juliana.
with that game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I have an answer. I'm not. If I get mad, I
Okay.
stop playing it.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna think about this all episode.
Get
I
mad.
feel like I
You-
failed.
My
Seems like you're getting mad.
My answer remains Destiny. Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Halo, Overwatch, Quake, Siege, or Call of Duty?
Halo.
Overwatch.
Quake 1.
Oh, very specific.
Most desired Smash Ultimate Edition.
Who?
Who do you want in Smash Ultimate?
Oh, edition. I thought you meant like a special, like collector's edition. Like what? Edition. That's someone I want in the game.
Yes.
Cosmic Kiryu.
That's what John Luke said.
Ah, damn.
Tom Nook.
Oh.
Francis York Morgan.
Oh.
He's on Switch now. Either that or Leon Kennedy.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a move set for Leon Kennedy, like all of
That'd
his.
be
What
fun.
is his moveset besides just gun?
Well, so Resident Evil 4 specifically, like one of the best things to do when you get the infinite rocket launcher is like if you shoot at the ground in front of you, you never get hurt by it. He just does a sweet stance to block himself from it, but it's always a really quick way to get through enemies. And I just would love if actually Snake has it. It's just the rocket launcher to the ground.
It'll be his down B.
Yeah. And also like his sick ass suplex moves and like he's just from basically Resident Evil 4 moves all the way. It could be like a quick time event one. That'd be sweet.
Linear or open world?
Open world, I guess. I don't know.
Linear.
I think I'm gonna have to vote linear.
In FPS games, pistol, shotgun, SMG, assault rifle, sniper rifle, or melee?
For PC, sniper rifle. If I'm playing console, then assault rifle.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh God, you can't do this to me. It depends.
It really depends because some shotties are just
Shotguns
way better in
sometimes,
some
like,
games and horrible in others.
Yeah.
If you're, for me, if I'm in a super difficult mode, like the shotgun sort of is like a one and done situation. But if you have ammo to spare, I mean, absolutely assault rifle.
I think I naturally would go assault rifles or like machine guns, just like. But
So SMG then.
SMG, that one, the one that's like that dude.
A submachine gun.
I'm good with that guy, but I am fond to shotties. So
This is the most discussion we've had on this
Rolling.
question.
SMG.
I literally was just like assault rifle. I had nothing
whatever.
else to say.
But yeah,
there's
I
a
wanna go back
range.
and-
Depends on the game. Like Apex, I would go assault rifle, but
yeah, some games
Doom, I'd
sniper
go
rifle
shoddy.
all
Some
the
games
way.
have better. Yeah.
yeah.
It depends if it's hit scan or ballistics.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's true.
Co-op, single player, or multiplayer.
Single player. I don't know. I'll play with none of y'all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Single player.
Single player. Co-op just gets stressful.
I think basically everyone has said single player so far. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, or Ouya.
What the?
What's that?
Ouya? You don't know the Ouya?
don't need to
Oh,
know.
blessed
Commentary.
be.
Best commentary on Ouya we've had.
Oh, it was a little cute box.
Don't even worry about it.
Last for a second. It was a
Anyway.
big deal for indie devs, I feel like, when it first came out.
This
Like,
is
for a second.
tough.
I think I don't like this question because
I'd probably go PC, even though wearing a PlayStation sweater. You know the vibes.
PlayStation for me.
Virtual Boy.
Favorite controller ever?
I'd probably say, I don't know, DualShock 4 is on point.
Sure.
Yeah.
DualShock 4.
Sure. I'm gonna go Dreamcast. I love that thing. Ugh.
Pop-Tarts or toaster strudel?
Ooh, toaster strudel for sure, dude. I don't put the little icing on that thing. Ooh, shit. I know my morning was going to be good if I had toaster strudel and a nice iced coffee. Like,
What? I was picturing you as a child until you said iced coffee.
Yeah.
what?
This is morning routine. I just heard your morning routine.
Yeah.
Oh, I know when you're having a good day.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with strawberry Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Untoasted, unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tarts.
That's not true.
I'm a
Get outta
serial killer,
here.
I know.
What? For the record.
And that is true.
For the record,
That is
my
true.
answer is still s'mores Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it cheating if you use an in-game trick or exploit to trivialize a boss?
What the?
A what?
Is it what?
Is it cheating?
Is it cheating? Yeah, I think so, but I'm fine with it. It's not a big deal if you cheat
Yes.
in a game. Just make that clear.
I'm calling your girlfriend. I'm texting her right now.
Relax.
Well, I mean, at least he said in a game.
Yeah. You know vibes.
Clarification.
You know the vibes.
You said yes?
Yes.
I don't care.
Is it cheating if you save scum?
No.
What?
It's part of the game.
Depends on the game. Well, no, I would say no. It's not cheating.
Like if you just constantly
It's just cheap.
What?
It's just like it just takes you out of it.
save scum. Like if you play like Dishonored and you see a guard patrol and you keep trying it to get it perfect, you just keep reloading.
Yeah,
save
I
scumming.
think that's a play style.
Oh, that is not cheating.
say
I'm
that.
sorry.
Correct
to get
answer.
that trophy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
I
it's
have
cheating, but
restarted
it's like
10
it's
times.
definitely
Yeah.
a thrill to try and play a certain way.
It sounds
without that.
like cheating, but I guarantee you it doesn't feel like that because it's a lot of work.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the emotional cheating of video games, according to Michael.
Wow.
Just kidding. That's
Whoa,
still
whoa,
cheating.
whoa.
That's still cheating. Just for the record.
You said save scumming is cheating?
No, emotional cheating is cheating.
okay.
Save scumming is totally not cheating.
Gosh, I got-
Jeff Keighley or Jeff Gersman?
Oh, that's my boy Jeff Gersman, man. Why are we talking about this, man? It's my guy. I mean, no offense to Jeff Keighley. He's good at what he does, I think. But, my boy Jeff Gersman is out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote Gersman because I've met him and interviewed him recently. So I haven't met Keeley, so I can't make that judgment.
I mean, Jeff is he's just right over there.
I know, but I actually
we can go talk to him whenever.
I know, but I had the opportunity to actually like pull him aside and interview him for the new show.
Yo, if you listen to the latest Bombcast, he's wildin'. He's got some shit to say about gamers, capital G gamers.
Oh, geez. Anyway, game on a couch, desk, bed, or beanbag chair?
This is subjective, man.
Wait, what'd you say?
Would you rather game on a couch, desk, bed, or a beanbag chair?
Couch on a deck, like
Play out a deck,
I've really come to appreciate what it's like to play games sitting on a couch. Because I sit at a desk all day, and I don't want to go home and sit at another desk, so I'd rather sit on a couch.
I wish I had a beanbag chair, so beanbag chair.
Yo, I had an enormous beanbag
Yo.
chair at my last apartment when I had the space to have one, and it was my second home, and it's almost frustrating that I can't play games in that thing in my current apartment.
Did you sell it?
I moved from one coast to the other.
Did you sell it?
I had to, well, actually, no. It's in the hands of my best friend,
Oh.
and now it's pretty much it belongs to his 3 dogs. But still,
Man, they probably ate that
That's
shit.
sad.
but I get to see pictures of it every so often and be like, I love you.
Like
You
a pet.
Fucking beanbag
Okay, we only
chairs.
have 2 more.
Okay.
Favorite gaming snack?
Oh, shit. Jalapeno cheddar Cheetos.
Wow, specific.
You're going to get shit all over your...
Chopsticks, baby.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You know
All
the
right.
vibes.
Haribo cherries.
Ah.
Clean snacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
Totino's and Haribo Twin Snakes gummy worms. Those are like the go-to.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
And I eat them. I don't separate those things, by the way. I eat it whole.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Risky.
check off the serial killer list. Eats Pop Tarts with
untoasted
unfrosted Pop Tarts. I eat both Twin Snakes at once, and yeah, you fucking bet your ass I eat the cheese stick.
You don't... Do you
whole.
get the...
No.
Yes, I do.
Damn. Oh, yeah, that's
I don't have time. It's just
You look at just deep throating cheese
yeah.
sticks.
It just takes too
That's what's
long
up.
to just peel it string by
fan.
string.
Okay, the last question
I'm
has
unapologetic,
gotten
Ashley. Sorry.
horrible. This next question, the last one, has gotten comically long, and it is about video game auteurs.
Ooh.
Miyazaki, Kamiya, Matsuno, Sakurai, Hashino, Miyamoto, Kodaka, Kojima, or Cliffy B.
Can I look at the list again?
The answer is
I'm-
Kodaka. Yes, sir.
I just
What if I
wanna-
don't agree with any of them?
Is it like Hashino?
Agree.
Hashino as in
I want to choose one of them. I don't want to choose any of them.
is it like Katsuro Hashino from Atlas?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
This is supposed
yeah,
to be fast.
I'll go Katsuro Hashino because you know the vibes.
Sure.
Kodaka-san.
I don't know who Kodaka is.
Sweary.
Yeah,
Danganronpa
Danganronpa,
creator.
yeah.
Oh, I have never played that.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
so sorry. You're Miyazaki?
If I
I
can't
love
choose,
Studio
if I
Ghibli
can't
films.
choose Sweary, I'm gonna choose Cliffy B.
Okay. Anyway, Anyway, that was.
I want to read his book.
The Curse from Dayton, Ohio, 2.3. I do want to read his patch notes because some of these questions were brand new to me. He says, question 10, added pistol and melee to accommodate Destiny, Overwatch, and exceptionally annoying Call of Duty players. Question 14, Pop-Tarts or Toaster Strudel is a deeply spiritual and personal question to me, and I would like to leave it as is. It is also a reference to the Easy Allies podcast where they pick games that are their Pop-Tarts or Toaster Strudels. If a game grabs your heart, it's a Pop-Tart. If the game will be brutal, it's a Toaster Strudel. Don't know about that. Question 15, retired cheating. Is it cheating if a friend tells you, and replaced it with a hopefully harder question? It was, because literally no one said that it was cheating if a friend tells you the answer. Question 17, retired Dwyer or Reichert, as only one person ever picked poor Dan Reichert and added new choices. That's the Jeff or Jeff question.
Only Dan's.
Question 18, added more gaming location options by podcaster request. And question 20, added Matsuno and Hashino after influencer write-in campaign. I'm very entertained by the
Patch notes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. And
Way
thank
to go,
you
Kevin.
For your original email, Chris from Dayton, Ohio. Now we can move on to what we've been playing or doing. Ashley, since you're new to the San Francisco office for this week, we'll start with you. What have you been up to?
So I've been playing a lot of Witcher 3. I've never played Witcher games.
Too bad Jake's not hosting today. He'd be losing it.
Oh, really? Does he love?
Does Jake love The Witcher?
You should tell him that you hate it.
Yeah, you should. That'd be funny.
Why do you like? I fucking hate The
Why
Witcher
just
3.
punch me?
What Jake is to The Witcher 3 is what you are to Final Fantasy 8.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't mention it in front of him. I just start yelling if someone says like,
Oh, okay, never mind. Then he's not like that.
No,
Jake is
he's
a
not
very
gonna
pleasant
yell,
man.
But it would be really funny if you told him how much you hated The Witcher. So anyway, you've been playing The Witcher 3.
Yeah. So I started playing after I saw the show. It was $15 on PSN. So how can you say no to that? I was kind of hesitant at first because I'm not a super open world game person. Like I feel like either I get bored or it makes me very anxious. So this one was kind of, I think like Horizon Zero Dawn was super good at that. So it kind of like nailed the in between. So for Witcher, I got kind of nervous because the beginning was like a little bit hard, but now I'm at the point where like I know exactly where to go when I want to kill people and get a ham sandwich or get a grilled chicken sandwich. And that kind of makes it worth it. But I do think that like its jankiness, first, it was frustrating for me, but now I think it kind of adds to the charm in a way that, like, I don't have you guys played The Witcher?
Oh yeah.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know when there's like an infested area, you kill all the goblins or whatever, and then people return it. But I find this really weird because I killed a whole horde of these like really just crazy looking things, and then immediately the screen just goes to 3 people striding like the cowboy man on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say that and hope you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what
I'm gonna
I know
assume
exactly.
I don't know what it is, but I'm creating a way cooler image. Maybe.
Good.
The 2 cowboy men walking side by side. Are you talking about that one?
I don't know. One dude.
It looks like you're skiing. It looks like you're.
You look
what's,
like a Bethesda character.
Okay, well,
what's the skiing that's not down a hill? Cross
country?
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like you're doing.
Oh well.
So
I've
anyway,
never
I mentioned
cross-country
cowboys
skied,
and
but yes.
cross country skiing.
It's weird because the it'll be infested by bandits, whatever. And then as soon as I'm done killing the last one, like their corpses are still on the ground, and all these people just return to the village, and they're like, "Oh, this is so great." They like set up shop, and there's like an herbalist, there's like a dude who's like making armor, and then meanwhile, I'm still running around like, well, I didn't loot these bodies yet, but y'all just set up camp here. So
you're just scrummaging through dead bodies while
it's
everyone's
pretty weird.
picking
in
up
that
hay
way.
and getting eggs from chickens because that's what people do in the farmlands.
Side note, if anybody listening knows of a mod for The Witcher 3 to get rid of all the vomiting in the cities, that would be dope.
vomiting noises or animations.
Yeah, noises.
That's the thing I couldn't deal with when I was sprinting through a city. It's like I get that they're trying to be like, oh, he's Witcher and he has crazy sense of hearing, but it's also like I'm sprinting through this city, and yet in like really loudly on one side, someone's like hacking up phlegm.
You're just not
or,
walking
like,
through San Francisco
coughing, or New York. I mean, but it's so loud, and I'm kind of like, is there no option to turn down the mucus noise.
See, if you know of a mod for mouth and bodily function noises to eliminate those in The Witcher 3, we'd all greatly benefit, I think.
So there's still no mod for that.
I mean, I don't know.
As far as we know.
I haven't gone hunting. I don't know if it like is effective. I don't know if it'll like because Jake's the one who like set up my game for me and was like, okay, here's I downloaded all the mods and like he set it all up. So I was like, okay, so I don't know if the mod would contradict or counterindicate or whatever with one of the other mods.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if you have one, I would love it because I can't handle vomit in any, and that's why I couldn't watch The Witcher show.
Oh, is there a lot in that?
There were like 3 episodes back to back with some vomit, and that's I had.
So
to
when
stop
I just
watching.
did that on the microphone, that was like
that's why Michael says to stop.
Well, now I know.
Yeah.
Looking out for each
Are
other.
you liking it? Because like I found the beginning of The Witcher 3 so hard to get into because, well, first of all, I was like, Geralt is the sexiest man alive, and I just couldn't get past that. I was like, this undoes everything I thought I knew about myself, and I just don't like that. And then I got over that, and then I was like, who's Dandelion? I don't know what's going on. Who is this person to this person? And again, I had to be like, so Jake, who's Dandelion? And he's like, oh, okay. Well, in the books, so he's
You made
like
a great video on how
did.
to properly consume
It's very cute.
Witcher 3.
Yeah. And so like he'll be like, oh, well, the reason this is happening is because in the last wish this happened. So I found that so hard to get into, and I don't know how I would have done it without his help. So like, how did you get through that?
Honestly, I thought that I was going to stop doing it because in the beginning it was pretty difficult in that like clearly my weapons and like my upgrades were not enough. And like I kept just venturing into areas where I just like get my ass handed to me. Which like kind of, that's like sort of the trap I felt with other open world games like Skyrim and like Breath of the Wild. I'd be like, oh, like this is cool. I didn't explore this part of the map. And then like I die and lose like 20 minutes of progress. So that's great. But other than that, like after getting over the initial hump, like now it's much easier that I like have all the oils and have like better armor. I still don't know why I'm always over encumbered. I feel like I sell everything. And
I remember
yet,
having that problem.
I always
What?
have that problem in games.
I mean, specifically in The Witcher, I felt like I was constantly
Yeah.
encumbered all the time. I was like, and I thought the inventory was a little like "Ugh," at first, but
It's a lot.
yeah.
There's like I think Jake mentioned this in his video where like there's a mod that changes the UI.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Can't do that on PS4 because
Can't
you
do
said
that
you
on
bought it
PS4.
on PS4.
Right.
Personally.
Yep. So I think like part of
You're
what's
stuck.
tough with the PS4, I mean, like it's clearly from before because like there'll be a weird lag and kind of he does this weird sidestep when I'm like, come over here and loot this dead body, and like the X to loot disappears. I'm like, nope, you're stepping over. Nope, nope, now you're just going around. Oh my God. And then then I got like kind of like motion sickness from like trying to get this dude to just get the fucking sandwich. But
Ham sandwich.
it's fine.
Off of a dead body.
Yeah, off a dead body.
I'd eat it.
It replenishes a lot.
I know you would.
And surprisingly, so does dried fruit and nuts.
Oh well, hell yeah.
I mean, those are very good if you have low blood sugar. So I get it.
But like compared to a chicken leg, I don't know. I like
Yeah.
kind of
Shouts out to
comparing like
nuts.
how much.
You're like, how much protein / calories is in this versus
Also,
this
I
one?
didn't know that game was as horny as it was. I mean, I
Oh.
thought that it was just with the bathtub scene, which I
Oh,
was so happy
no.
that was in the beginning of the game. So I got it out of the way. But then once they just like the thing with the unicorn, I was like, okay, well, you guys showed it.
And like Kira Metz though. Kira Metz is just like you know what, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Witchers be fucking.
She's just her dress like leaves nothing to the imagination.
I
get
feel
it.
like
That's what's up.
it's like there was supposed to be a button in front or a zipper, but she's like, nah, fuck it. And then it's
Yeah.
like, well, do you
respect that.
want like those boob stickers to help cover? And she's like, no,
no,
I'm good."
and they move
Pasties.
independently.
Pasties.
Well, not
Wow,
even,
they move independently.
not even just pasties, but there's like special like adhesive bras that you can wear with like low cut dresses, and it's like Kim Kardashian loves wearing them. She duct tapes her boobs and wears
She's
them.
all duct tape.
Yeah, and like Kira Metz, it's like you didn't even bother with that, and her boobs just kind of like move.
It was very distracting.
Yeah, it is extremely distracting.
Some people duct tape their wangs when they run marathons. The word on the street is.
Yo,
did not
as
know
they
that.
As a
should.
former marathon runner, I've never done that though.
Why not?
I didn't.
I hit you all with the
you
wild
would've-
flex. Wow.
Yeah, you would have ran further.
I didn't mean to.
Is that a flex or a cell phone? I don't know.
No, well, I was a former marathon runner. like
Oh,
Lion.
see, yeah. Well, anyway, Kurt, what are you up to?
Is that all you got on The Witcher?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm duct taping my genitals recently. That's all I got.
Awesome. Congrats, Michael.
Thank you so much.
You don't want to talk about Coffee Talk?
How do you know? Oh, wait, it's because it's right here.
Yeah, you wrote
I'm
it.
playing Coffee Talk. That's the game I'm playing. I
So
made
what's that about?
that game resonates with me on multiple levels. First and foremost, I actually had a really tough time buying the game because I was not thrilled with the art style. Nothing against.
Oh, I thought you were to say like the store was terrible and you literally
No,
had to.
no.
You,
It's like I was going
into
to
it.
So Coffee Talk on paper is a game that I would love to play. A lot of it stems from the fact that I was a barista for many, many moons, and I take pride in like getting to know my customers and like getting to know their stories and their lives. That's how I got my job at a newspaper, actually,
In Rochester.
in Rochester, home of the garbage plate. That's how they talk, by the way. White Hots. White Hots is a thing. You know about White
That's
Hots?
really cute.
What do you mean? You're from
Let's
there.
not get on that.
How do you not talk like?
I don't talk like that because I'm Kurt.
You're not a fucking herb.
Because I'm not a Korean. Not that every Rochester's great, by the way. I
Sure
love
don't
Rochester
sound
very
like it.
much.
That's messed up.
Anyways, I don't know why I don't have that accent. I don't know what happened along the ways. It may sneak out as far as I know.
Juliana has more of that accent than you do.
She's been criticized for how she says bagels.
I've been criticized for how I say bagels.
What did do you,
She doesn't.
Bagel?
She
do you
doesn't
say bagel?
No.
Bagels.
Bagels
Bagels like kegels.
Wait, what?
Bagel. It's like I don't even know what part of the country it is,
That's
but
a
I had to
Midwestern
train
thing.
myself out of saying it because I'm from LA. It's not an LA thing. I don't know where I got it.
Yeah, I think I also had a speech impediment as a kid. I couldn't say my R's, so I think So imagine me saying Kurt. Kurt. My name is Kurt.
Oh.
Sound English.
Exactly. And that's, I said that once, so it just sounded like I was English, and people were like, what are you trying to say about English people? And I was like, Kurt. And they also don't say the T's at the end of the word. So it's just like, hello, my name's Kurt. So it just sounds like a kid. And when I met one of my good friends from the UK, shout out to Matt Wells, when I met him, he was afraid to say my name in person because he was just like, because he felt like it was like a burp. He was just like, Kurt. Like, Kurt. And then I have another great story. I went to, so first and foremost, criticize me all you want, but we were tourists in London and I just needed coffee and I went to a Starbucks and people were like, why the fuck would you go to a Starbucks in London? I'm just like, bruv, that's where it was.
Bruv, hit him with the bruv in it.
So, God, where's Lucy and Tam? Anyways, so I went to a Starbucks and they were like, what's your name for the order? And I was like, Kurt. And they're like, Cut. It's Kurt. Cut. Yes, my name's Cut. My name's Cut. And when I got my cup, it said C-U-T, Cut.
Yeah, because you're
That's my
being
name.
a wild dickhead.
No, I was saying, it's just Kurt.
Actually,
And
a
they
knobhead.
Kurt.
As a real bellend.
I was trying to be.
You were being a bloody bellend.
I thought I was just.
I hope not.
Anyways,
Yikes.
no, yeah. Well, you called me a wrongin' once, and you didn't know what that meant.
I called you wrong on a
And I
live
was like,
stream.
what?
I didn't know what it meant. I thought I was just like, I'm just like, where's me peas, bruv? You being
Mushy peas?
You
That's
you
my-
being a wrongin?
We got okay.
I
folks,
watched
listen.
like 3 episodes of Love Island last night. I am ready to do the British accent thing all day.
Watch Peep Show. It's one of the greatest shows ever
God,
made.
yeah, best show.
Okay, Coffee Talk. So Coffee Talk is a game about being a barista and basically hearing the lives and stories of your freaking customers. Yeah, my speech impediment just came through.
Your freaking customer.
Your freaking customers. And one of the main kind of plot points is that it's midnight. It's a coffee shop that's open at midnight in Seattle specifically. And of course, Seattle, which I've lived there, has this whole aura and thing. It's always rainy and spooky. And there's a Seattle freeze, and people are just a little
And it's
different
the home of
there.
Starbucks.
And coffee's a big deal there. So for me, it's checked off a lot of boxes like coffee, sick. Seattle,
Or as they
I've
say
lived
on
there.
Love Island, it ticks the boxes
It
for you.
ticks the boxes, cut. And so
I think Tam is in the back, by the way.
he's probably like, I hate all of you. You're all wrongins. And he
Hey
just
Tam,
walked out.
where's me peeves, bruv? Where my peeves, bruv? In it?
But I had a problem with the art style at first. So I like anime, but there's a certain kind of anime art style that sometimes can be a little bit derivative.
Moe.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Like super cutesy?
I mean, it's not like that. It comes off like I don't know who did the art in this game, so I don't want to offend anyone, but it comes off kind of like a tried and true kind of Americanized anime art style that doesn't.
I'm gonna look this up.
I'm like gonna look this
Yeah,
up
go ahead
to
and look it up.
Figure out what.
Because I don't
Continue.
want to be a jerk. I don't want to like shit on anybody's liking of a certain art style.
No, I think I know what you mean. Like the American take on anime. Yeah, I feel like early Cartoon Network shows some of that.
Yes.
So it was a turn off at first because like aesthetic is a huge part of games for me, and I was like, I love everything about the conception of this game, the concepts of this game, but the art style I was like, ugh.
Oh, I see. I get it.
I get it. Yeah.
And I do still feel that way, but the game otherwise it ticks the boxes.
Ticks the boxes.
It's got like a very chill hip hop lo-fi, like that YouTube signature chilled
Lo-fi
cow
beats.
Yeah. Soundtrack all the way through. It's got like a pretty kind of a similar art style to what that YouTube video like is iconic for. And you get to do latte art and serve drinks, and it's a relaxing change of pace, especially because I've been playing through Doom on Nightmare and getting ready for which ain't shit to me, but I love that game. But I'm looking for something to the opposite, and that game's been filling a good gap.
Is it like a visual novel style thing?
It's easy to explain it that way because it is all dialogue, but it does it really. It's always from this one perspective of characters coming into this coffee shop, and you just get to hear their conversations, and then eventually you kind of get to help them sometimes work through choices in their life. So it's a very slice of life, visual novel-esque game where you get to make them drinks, and there's little good bits that bring me back home. I know, Michael, you got something to say. I'm watching you twiddling those fingers, but it's good because for me as a barista, when a regular starts to come in, they expect you to remember their drink, and I was like, I got you. I know you want that triple shot of espresso.
I guess that same feeling
where you're like, don't worry, I got you that
Hey.
green the green tea latte.
Dude,
I know, I got you.
It is always an honor when they know your drink. It's also a little bit of an attack. It's like, ooh, I've been
Like
coming
when
in
when
here
you
a
don't
lot.
want it,
Well,
trust
when
me,
we go to-
I know.
When we go to Honey Baby and they're like,
Oh, she knows my
You want the
sandwich."
bacon, egg, and cheese? I'm like, yeah.
And then
know
you
the
hit her
vibes.
with the like, actually today I'm going to do a BLT, and she's like, okay.
Yeah, I feel bad because whenever like I go to Equator and they know my order and they know my name, and sometimes when it's like I'm not in the mood for cortado, I just want like a shot
Like, whoa,
of
okay,
espresso
damn.
or just like
Chill,
an ounce
bro.
Americano. I come up and they already have it selected on the screen. I'm just like, you know what? I'm getting it. I'm getting the cortado.
Aw.
I'm doing it.
What I was to say is, have you played Valhalla?
I was going to
Valhalla?
talk about Valhalla too.
Hey, wow.
Nay, I don't even know what it is.
It's a bartender. It's a similar thing, but bartending
Mhm.
in a cyberpunk setting.
Yeah, instead of coffee, you're serving
Why
alcohol.
can't the, like the aesthetic thing is what kind of gets me. Like the cyberpunk was actually kind of a turnoff when you guys just said that.
For Valhalla?
Yeah, but I gotta check it out. I gotta see what it looks like. I gotta
Well,
get
cyberpunk
into
is
it.
literally in the title.
Isn't that kind of like
Wait, like
either
Cyberpunk Valhalla?
After
It's like a
party
after party.
or
I haven't played
Red
After Party yet.
Strings
Red Strings Club is.
Yeah.
right?
I think
Sort
Red
of.
Strings
you,
Club is
like-
more of like a point and click.
Yeah, it's a little
Ooh,
bit
you
more of a
come-
point and click adventure. But
What is that?
do,
What was
like,
that you just
listen
mentioned?
to the
Red Strings Club.
Red Strings Club?
I want that. You just said point and click. I'm
You
like,
should
I
ask
want
Jake
it.
about it.
I think it's very like
Too bad he's
word
not
on the
here.
street is very good.
Jake really liked it.
I haven't come down from Disco Elysium to be honest, so I've just been trying to
Disco
fill
Elysium-
that gap.
It's so good.
Beat it 3 times. I love that game.
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow, flex.
Wow.
I have
didn't know
time to
did
do that, I guess.
Michael.
Well, next, I'm getting nervous now. I'm
You're
gonna cry.
next.
I'm gonna cry on this podcast.
I know
'cause
that. I know that you went to PAX. We'll talk about your PAX experience a little bit later.
Yeah.
So, what have you been doing for fun?
when I've had time to have fun. So the last time I was on this podcast, I had talked about Trails of Cold Steel 1, and I was at the end of that game. And since then, I had finished Trails of Cold Steel 1 and went right into Trails of Cold Steel 2. And Cold Steel 2 picks up right where 1 leaves off. But I need to kind of talk through. I need to get the shit off my chest about the ending of Cold Steel, because it's a great encapsulation of everything that game does so great. And so if you don't know what Cold Steel 1, here's the elevator pitch. It's kind of like military school. It's sort of like Persona, and you have social links with your friends, and you go on educational field trips and all that stuff. But you kind of you're youngins in a conspiracy, not conspiracy, but like a lot of military drama, political drama, and this military academy is kind of like the most prestigious academy in the country. And there's a reason why all of your classmates have been selected specifically for this special class, and all of that makes sense throughout the game. But the ending of Cold Steel 1, the final chapter kicks off with the school festival, and everyone's
Naturally.
happy, having fun. And it's very delightful. And my favorite thing about how Cold Steel does the school festival is that there are actual mini games that you go to.
How many yakisoba stands are there?
There's a lot. And there's a lot of food stands in there. And there's like there's a noodle stand, there's ice cream and all that stuff. And it's so delightful. But the thing is, like, throughout all of Cold Steel 1, there is like tension brewing underneath, like with everyone who's in power. And of course, like, these kids being like on the verge of joining the military and being high ranking officers, like that's what they're working for. They're like pawns in the scheme, but they also are they're cognizant of that. But there's like this delightful thing about going through the school festival, but knowing something's brewing underneath. And the school festival ends and it kind of hits you with like, yes, the thing that you thought was coming is coming. So Cold Steel never hits you with like cheap plot twists. And I really appreciate that. And it was just such an odd feeling to have a game be so upfront about what it's trying to tell you, which is very refreshing for JRPGs. And like the plot twists, the thing I love about Cold Steel is that its characters are smart. All right, like
we're gonna want to review, dude.
Like, I hate it when characters are like, oh, I never saw that coming. Oh my god, I can't believe
your O-face. You just did it.
Yeah, I can't believe he betrayed us.
Recording we're talking about.
Like, I can't believe I've been betrayed by my best friend. When the plot twist hits, all the characters are kind of like, wait, for reals? Like, let's walk through why this would happen. And they're like, no. But remember this one thing, and like, the character dialogue walks you through what happens and why it happens, and that makes the characters really smart, but also makes whatever's happening in the game extremely clear. And the end of Cold Steel 1, like, it's kind of whimsical. Like, the whole game is kind of whimsical. It's kind of like,
I love how often you've been singing.
Whimsical.
By the way.
That's my word.
You are whimsy.
It's kind of cute. It leans into like the whole we're cool anime girls and anime boys, and then it, like, at the very end, it fucking flips the script and says,
we're not anime girls. We're not anime boys.
We're in a fucking civil war, bro. This shit's breaking out. And the thing jumping straight into Cold Steel 2 is like, these characters grow up fast. And I love how that's reflective of how they talk, what they talk about, how they carry themselves. And it's very refreshing for a game that you look at it and it's like, oh, this is like some anime bullshit. Cold Steel
I feel when I look at most games.
Cold Steel is
all of it. Call of Duty anime bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like, it is anime bullshit.
Honestly, that sounds like Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sword
Teens.
guns.
Yeah. In the military academy, having to, like, going through some
gotta grow
trauma.
up fast. Yeah, it's like shit is happening, and you're like, well,
yeah.
guess I gotta deal with it.
Now that you mention
Wow,
it, it's
Fire
like,
Emblem Three Houses where?
yeah.
What? All of it's anime bullshit.
Yeah.
Is that what we said?
Yay.
Is that what they said?
Well, it's better than that.
Oh, okay.
But I love the characters and how they're written. Like I'm very impressed with how Cold Steel is, like, written on a front. And I'm playing another game right now that it's really weird to play different JRPGs simultaneously and realize how it makes me appreciate Cold Steel a lot more. And the opening movie to Cold Steel 2, I get mad emotional because, like, that is like one of the best openings.
I feel like you're getting emotional right now.
And I'm ready for you to start
It
crying.
is one
like
of the,
when you were talking about Final Fantasy 14 the
Yeah,
last time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, shit.
You know what I do love? Your drink pairings.
Who?
You do on Twitter. You like pair like.
I had a Steel Reserve.
Yeah.
Trails of Cold Steel Reserve.
Yeah.
And then and then I'm playing. So I'm going to talk about Trails in the Sky in a minute. And I had Sky Vodka, so Trails in the Sky Vodka. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's my favorite part about your Twitter is when you pair drinks.
Yeah.
With games.
Yeah.
I haven't seen these tweets at all.
Oh damn!
You gotta.
And my timeline is fire, bro.
I know.
If y'all don't follow me on Twitter, woo, you making a mistake. Shit. But yeah, Cold Steel 2's opening, like the opening movie, that song is very good. The vocals are very great, and it's
very great.
It's just there's so much passion and so much emphasis, and you just feel emotional from the opening song. And
sounds whimsical.
Yeah, those are my boys and girls. And so when I finished Cold Steel 1, I started Trails in the Sky. I don't think I want to explain the connection between them, but actually I will real quick. Cold Steel is a 4-part series. Trails in the Sky is a 3-part series. Trails in the Sky happens before Cold Steel, but then Trails in the Sky ends up catching up, or they start to intertwine the stories once you get to Cold Steel 3.
Cool.
And I'm not there yet, but I'm playing Trails in the Sky, and Trails in the Sky is also very whimsical. It's like it's a delightful game. It's much older, but I love that game too. Like the main character, Estelle Bright, she's like she's that knucklehead stereotype, that trope, but very good one of those. And yeah, that game is
like
also
the girl, like
she's
a girl
very
who
brash
likes to fight.
Yeah, she's very brash.
What's that? There's a word for that, like the tomboy kind of trope. But yeah.
Sweet dude.
And you know what is kind of weird, but I guess the game will come around on it, is that shows. So she has her adopted brother.
This is a soap opera, dude.
Yeah, I know.
She was like 12 and they're both 12. And then her father ended up adopting this dude who was 12. And then they end up growing up together. And then
that could
there's
go
like
one
this
of
tension.
2 ways, dude.
There's some tension there. Like, ooh, they want to smash, bro.
No!
We'll see.
Anyway, I should move on to what I've been doing.
But yeah, Trails of the Sky is...
Wow, what an end. Just they want to smash. Okay.
So good.
You know what I'm saying? Trails of the Sky is great.
definitive.
I'm almost done with that game, but I need to put it off for now.
Wait. Did you like it?
Yes. I love it.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Okay.
This is... Anyway.
That was good.
Is it my turn? You good? I have been playing a little game called Murder by Numbers.
I want to play so bad.
A Picross murder mystery game.
What? Wait, is it related to Picross or is it like Picross?
It's like so basically the structure of the game is it's part visual novel. So you play
This is
a very Kurt game.
This is like the old lady in me who just loves to sit at home and watch murder mysteries. Like,
yeah. So I
and play
love murder
Picross.
mysteries and I love Picross. So I'm having a great time. I am planning to have a review up on GameSpot. So we'll see how that goes. I got a lot of shit going on. But the gist of the game is like it's set in 1996. You play like the character that you represent is an actress on a cult favorite murder show called Murder Mystery, and your like coworker actress she plays Miss Terry, and she's like the star. And the way you there's been a murder, obviously, and you do this like you have like a companion robot who's really cute.
What?
What?
I don't know.
What kind
No,
of,
I mean, I was like, yeah, Murder, She Wrote, Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
Let's get in that old people thing, and then robot.
Wait, what? When does it take place? Like
1996.
But robot?
I'm in.
Like
I'm in.
like a fax machine with a personality.
Whoa!
Oh, you should have led with
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's like
different
I have a
from
companion.
a robot.
I have a companion that's a fax machine with a personality.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
basically the robot thing. His name is Scout, and he's really cute.
Oh.
He doesn't his memory drives have been corrupted, so he doesn't know what his purpose is or why he's been created. But he has a scan feature, so you can scan the environment to find, and it's so like a point and click sort of thing. You scan, you click on a thing, and then it brings up a Picross puzzle. From there, the image you get from the Picross, if you don't know what Picross is, it's Sudoku adjacent, I guess, if that's the most similar touchstone puzzle. And the puzzles form pictures, and so when you do when you complete a puzzle in Murder by Numbers, you get like a picture of an object, and then it's like, oh, you found, your car keys, or you found, because the first puzzle, the tutorial puzzle, is finding your car keys. And I'm really enjoying it. I really like the integration of Picross with the story, and I like the way that the murder mystery is unfolding. It's one of those that it's like it's classic murder mystery where it's like you think you've got it solved, and then there's a new element introduced that changes everything. And
What are you playing it on?
Switch.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I am having fun with that. It's very much a me kind of game. That is the shit I do like.
I'm all over everything. You said fax machine with a personality.
I love this robots so much.
Scout?
It's not like Clippy, is it?
No.
Okay.
What is that? What is Clippy?
You know
The Microsoft Word.
paperclip?
Oh,
Annoying ass dude.
Yeah, that punk ass dude. Yeah, no.
No, it's more like because you play a detective, your character is the detective on this popular show, and he sees you and is like, "You're a detective. Can you help me find, like, I don't know who I am, or I need to find somebody who can like figure out who I am." Basically, he says it way cuter than that. And then you're like, "I'm actually not like I'm not like a real detective. I'm a detective on TV." But then you got to put your detective hat on because someone's been murdered. So.
Of course.
And there is like a bona fide himbo. Like,
What is that again?
oh wait,
You explained it to
I
me
was
before and
trying
I
to
forgot.
explain himbos to Michael.
Oh, I said Shrek,
And you thought Shrek was a himbo.
but I forgot why. I forgot what himbo meant.
A himbo
It's like
is
a
a
duh-
boy
oh,
bimbo.
Yeah, I was about to
like,
say, it
okay.
just sounds like a male bimbo.
A male bimbo,
okay,
but
yeah.
a himbo is like
Like
a really like muscular,
dumb, attractive.
like
Shrek?
really dumb attractive.
Shrek.
And,
Yeah.
and Michael says Shrek.
That's
And Jordan and I were
attractive
like,
is
Shrek
subjective.
is not a himbo. Chris
That-
Chris Hemsworth in the Ghostbusters movie
Yeah, himbo.
is a himbo.
Shrek adjacent.
Shrek is not a himbo.
He's also, Shrek's not dumb, right? It's like-
Yeah, like Donkey is closer to himbo than Shrek.
yeah. Doggy, yeah.
Because Donkey is
I-
apparently so hot, he pulled the dragon. So like,
Yo.
I almost want to say that Ryuji from Persona 5 is, but he's not like muscular.
Yeah, he's almost a
just
himbo.
very dumb.
he's just got strong dumbass
I
energy.
just like him because he's so stupid.
Yeah, who's like, oh, what's the best? I
but
think
like,
Jordan and I were trying to come up
d-
with like
does
the
the- does
biggest
it-
anime himbo.
Does a himbo have to be does a himbo have to be a meathead?
No, I think,
Not
I
like
mean,
a full meathead, no.
Okay.
I'm speaking like I know, like I've heard himbo before this, but I imagine himbo just being like the archetype of like, oh, they're an attractive person, that they're an attractive, like,
Classically handsome.
A conventionally
Yes.
attractive person.
and then when you speak to them, when you hear them speak, the moment they open their mouths, like, you dumb.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So
The saddest, a
Shrek-
tale as old as
See,
time.
You hear Shrek speak and you're threatened. You're not like, wow,
Wait,
he's
you're
so dumb.
threatened?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Shrek speaking? Why? What has he ever said?
What are you doing in my swamp?
Yeah, like,
That's
why are you
right.
taking a mud bath every single morning,
He's
you
gross.
sicko?
He
Yeah.
scares everybody.
Yeah.
He scares everyone around him.
Exactly.
You know?
I just don't think that the first word I would use to describe Shrek is threatening.
I don't know.
Well,
Have you seen Shrek is
Michael
Love,
thought
Shrek
he
is
was a
Life?
I don't know. Take it up with
Because
Disney.
Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life.
Disney-
Scarred me.
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. Oh shit.
Shrek is love Shrek. Wait, where is this? Is this like a needle point that you have?
Wait, have you
Shrek
never
is
seen Shrek is
threatening.
Love, Shrek is Life?
What is it? Is it a video? Oh,
I don't even know what this is.
Shrek is
Ashley, have you
love.
been on the internet?
Shrek is Life is a video of someone describing a fateful encounter with Shrek.
oh my God! Is
In
it-
which Shrek comes through the window and makes sweet, sweet love to him.
Get
Is
Shrek.
this sincere? Are we like? Is like?
Well, I mean,
is
you
this
should
like
hear the
someone's
narration.
fantasy?
It's like Shrek is love.
A Shrection.
Shrek.
Is
is
this
life.
fan fiction that someone wrote and they're narrating?
Yes.
Or is this something they want to
It
happen?
is a narrated fan fiction, kind of in the vein. It's like animated, kind of like Half-Life, Full-Life Consequences. Please tell me you've seen Half-Life, Full-Life Consequences.
No, and I'm a
You
huge
haven't
Half-Life
seen
fan.
Half-Life, Full-Life Consequences. You have? Oh my god! About Gordon Freeman's brother. who
No,
helps him with the
what?
headcrab.
Is this
I
is
also
like
have no idea what's
what was the
going on.
Halo? What's the Halo one?
Halo's in space.
I love that.
Starring
I love that.
Master Chief's brother Joe Chief. And then Halo's in space is my ultimate favorite bad fan fiction. It's like 300 words.
Ooh.
And then and the opening line is Joe Chief was in space. And then my second favorite bad fan fiction is Doom Repercussions of Evil.
Ooh.
Where
I have so
much
like,
to show
where
you.
Where are you
This is
feel
what
like?
I
Is
really
there like?
wanna know.
Give it. I want it. Send it
I
to me.
have so much to teach you.
I'm also like innocent and
I can't. can't believe you guys haven't seen Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life.
I really don't have an excuse. I have no idea why.
I just think Shrek, and then I think Smash Mouth, and then I think Guy Fieri, and it's just like a wormhole that just keeps going. Like,
How did you pronounce Guy Fieri?
yo, that's how you say his name.
You said it like an
Guy
Italian
Fieri.
man.
Sure, kind of like you say Chef Boyardee.
No, nobody says that.
Yes,
He
yo,
does.
it's Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, go to his
Guy
restaurant
Fieri.
in Times Square and
How
be
do
like,
you
yeah.
pronounce Flavortown?
It's Guy Fieri. I'm gonna stick that to the grave.
Please put an accent on Flavor Town.
Yeah, how do you say Flavortown?
Flavor Town.
Flavortown's not an Italian word. though,
Exactly. So
you-
Flavor
Make it
Town.
I don't know.
It's
That's
Guy
what I
Fieri.
want.
Flavor Villa. You
Give,
know?
give him a
Chef Boyardee.
I don't like that. This is like when
Sprite.
we discovered that British people pronounce it Adidas.
Oh
What?
yeah. That's true
Yeah,
though.
so
Wait, what?
they
Nike.
don't say
What?
They don't say Adidas. They say Adidas.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Tam, how
because
do you-
that's fucking
Tam, are you in there? Are you the
illegal.
voice of
Tam, are
God?
you there?
I need ass.
Please burst into the room. Oh my.
Oh.
Adidas.
Ah, damn.
Yeah. And
They also say Nike.
Nike.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but that's how I'm.
Tam, say it.
Yeah. Tam.
Yeah, I would like to
Tam.
hear it.
Yike.
So anyway, we should probably move on to the topics.
More to my numbers, though. You're enjoying
Yeah,
it.
I'm enjoying
It's not out yet.
Not as of this recording.
Mm-mm.
I don't know the. I don't
Okay.
off the top of my head. I don't know the release date. I know the embargo, but I don't know the release date
Okay.
because I operate in embargoes.
Yes.
Okay, so we should start with the news. The first thing is that GDC was postponed until sometime this summer, effectively canceled. GDC was going to take place very, very soon in
Next
San Francisco.
Yep.
And due to coronavirus concerns, has been. I want to say indefinitely postponed just because they said later this summer.
They didn't give a date.
But at the same time, I'm like, summer, you got E3, you got Comic-Con, you got GameSpot,
PAX West.
you got PAX West, and you got TGS shortly after that. There's a lot of stuff going on in the summer. So it's a bummer. I really like GDC for like for my job, I like being able to check out cool indie games. Like one of the first not one of the first GDCs, but a game that was really well received that I first saw at GDC was like What the Golf or
Oh, yeah.
or Untitled Goose Game, like cool
yeah.
smaller games that
Yeah.
like if people didn't get to see those demos might not even know about. I did a 1 hour Dreams demo at GDC and I like that changed my perspective on the game Dreams. Like it was just so impressive. And so I'm sad that we won't be having that this year.
I'm personally pretty hurt by it because shout out to Rochester again, but they were going to have a big New York State game dev thing there.
yeah.
And I was able to see a lot of my friends and people who are part of the smaller industry on the other side.
Yeah.
So it sucks. I mean, there's a lot of people students included, who like this is an opportunity for them to commit to something and meet people, show something they're working on, do postmortems that help the entire industry.
Yeah, it's a huge networking event, and like when Microsoft and Epic pulled out, I was like, wow, that's probably one of the biggest hits because like we see a lot of independent games during GDC because we're able to because everyone's here and it's in our backyard. But like they interface with Microsoft because of ID at Xbox, and then Unreal Engine is very important for them to interface with Epic because of that. But a lot of the independent developer, or maybe not a lot, but there are a lot of independent developers who are still going to be in San Francisco because they're like, damn, man, like there's no benefit. Maybe there's no benefit to them like canceling all their plans. So they might as well make something out of it.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. Yeah. And look, if they're going to try and do this thing in the summer, I don't know who the fuck is going to be there because there's the meat of GDC, I think, is the independent developers, and for them to get support from the bigger companies who are there.
I watched a lot of your videos last year
For the mix.
Yeah, before I worked here, just like the rotation of devs we were talking to and stuff like that. And I think that's how I also watched your coverage of like Stadia at that point too.
Oh yeah, because
Like when that was
Stadia
first
debuted
announced.
last year.
Yeah.
So that was one of the big things.
Yeah, that makes me wonder like what things. I mean, GDC is usually not a place for huge announcements, but I'm curious about stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
we're still doing the indie mix. We're still doing the mix with the independent exchange. I think that's what it's called. Shouts out to my boy Justin Woodward. He's from Southeast San Diego. You know the vibes. we're still doing that. And like the cool thing about that is we have like a long list of games. Like, hey, we're gonna have the devs on a live stream, and it's hard to pick 6. We pick 6 and then have them on the stream. But I want to see all of them. Well, most of them are gonna be here, so at least we'll still have that. We'll still have coverage of games during that week. So I'll be doing that, showing y'all what's up with some of those games. But the mix event is still happening too.
How's that going to go down this time around? Are you going to have them in office?
Yeah, we're still gonna like do a live stream.
Okay,
here.
Cool.
But yeah, it's
Stay tuned for that.
I mean, personally, it's kind of like, I went to PAX East, so I got to see a lot of the people that I usually see at these events.
Yeah,
which is cool. But still, like GDC GDC is expensive too. Like
It
passes
is
for
super
expensive.
expensive.
Man, shit. I
Like
hope
more than you would expect. It's pretty expensive.
it's a pretty big deal for the people who make games.
And there's always cool panels. Like there's
Yeah.
panels that like I wouldn't understand. There's like super development heavy panels, but there's also just like, oh, narrative design with, and then like it'll be like, narrative design around mental health or like really cool interesting things that like we were totally, before it was canceled / postponed, we had like a spreadsheet that was like, okay, here's all the cool panels, like look at them and see what you're interested in, which we do for these kinds of events. And I was really looking forward to that kind of thing because it's like that's your opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity for us who make shows and to meet people and organize possibilities for episodes and certain things. And when you're expected to be in a certain quota in the industry, at least, it's like
it's a lost opportunity.
It sucks.
That said,
it sucks for like at all accounts. For us as press, it sucks for devs. It sucks for the industry.
But I do think health concerns are important. So it's like you do what you gotta do,
of course,
because well, we don't have to get we aren't doctors, but
don't get sick and die.
That's number one.
Take care of yourself.
That's number one.
Not getting sick and dying is way more important than the make believe things that we love and digest.
They're real things.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is like, but these people's lives who make these things.
Yeah.
Well, ultimately your health and life is more important than anything.
I mean, that's unfortunate. But we'll still have things to do.
We still have.
GDC is always fun though, man.
I've never actually been.
2018, I met Yoko Taro and I had him on a live stream. 2019, I did the indie mix. It was cool as fuck, and we did we went to the mix event, and like I have such great memories with GDC. I don't want it to be.
GDC parties are weird.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
I went to a GDC party once where Bob from Animal Crossing the cat was projected onto the walls and rotating.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was. I mean, you know the vibes.
Oh yeah.
So
blessed be.
But on the note of events, you, Michael, just came back from PAX East.
Yes.
Which
PAX.
was still on.
Yes, PAX East.
Which still happened.
There were some cancellations and stuff, right?
But some folks pulled out, and
Sony
did.
Yep.
And I think that was the biggest one because we were planning on seeing Last of Us 2. But we did see what was going to be there was probably going to be the same stuff that we saw at the Last of Us 2 preview event that Jacob Decker and Philip Hornshaw went to.
Why would you use their full names?
Why not? Get to know them.
I've literally never heard Phil refer to himself as Philip.
Philip Hornshaw.
Maybe his birth certificate just says Phil.
Jacob.
Who knows?
Mine's Kurt. It's not Curtis.
I'm going to keep calling you Curtis, though. So.
Yeah, I get a lot of like, what's Kallie short for? I'm like,
California.
You think my parents who had me in California named me after the state I was born in? Shut up.
Yeah.
Callista Flockhart.
Ooh, that should be your name.
Is that a Final Fantasy character?
Yeah, that whole... What?
That's not like a Final Fantasy character.
Ally McBeal?
Oh,
What?
shit, never mind.
Huh? Oh, is that what it's from?
That's the actress's name.
That's
Oh.
her name.
That's
Yeah,
Ally
sure.
I thought it was
McBeal.
Portia Dorot.
It's from it's from
my
Final Fantasy.
God.
What did you
okay.
say? Callista
Callista Flockhart.
Callista
It almost sounds
Frockhart?
like a Final Fantasy character.
It
though. You're
does.
right. You're right. It does.
Callista
I think it's
Frockhart?
short for Calliope. Is like the origin
Calliope.
of the name.
Oh.
It's
Take
Greek.
all of these names. They're
Oh,
good.
okay. I see.
Anyways, just tell people that's what it's short for because it's good.
Anyway, so
PAX.
Phil Hornshaw and Jake Decker
Saw Last of
that
Us 2.
Last of
But
Us
I didn't because that Sony got out of PAX East, but there was still a lot to do. I had a great time at PAX East because I saw a lot of dope
You
games.
saw Nicky Marks.
I saw Nicky Marks. Shouts out to my boy Nick Margarita, the most whitest boy of New Jersey out there. He's a piece of shit, and I love him to death. That's my guy.
Former GameSpot employee.
Former, yeah.
Nick
Actually, back it up. Nick Margarita was one of our best friends in the office, so we love him. He's doing
living
big
his
things.
best life.
He really is, man. He's living his best life. He's out there in New York too, like doing things. But yeah, I got to say what's up to him. But that was not for work. PAX East, man, shit.
I missed my mouth.
I guess.
Callisto Frockhart, how could you?
This happens to me every time I drink beer. I always miss. Anyway, so one of the games that you saw was Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
And before we get into this, I do want, in the interest of transparency, to disclose that I have the game and I have been playing it. So
you will not talk about.
I won't be talking about it because I cannot.
Yes.
However, you can talk about it because you played some stuff that is not embargoed.
I sure did. I had to go see Animal Crossing New Horizons, and what a delightful game that is. I saw some cool things. It was on the show floor, so a lot of people were able to see this as well, but we got a little bit more of an in-depth look at it, and we got to peruse the museum, which is absolutely beautiful. The museum in Animal Crossing, when y'all start to play this game, it's like you always go through the motions of collecting, digging up fossils, catching bugs, catching fish, and it's nice to see Blathers and go to the museum. And
he goes, hooty hoo, or whatever.
Hooty hoo. That's shouts out to Outcast. The best rap duo
The whistles go.
of all time. But the whistles go woo woo. Yeah.
Hooty hoo.
They don't go hooty hoo. But having this like extravagant museum makes me want to catch bugs and fish and all that good stuff even more because it's so beautifully laid out. The aquarium is all blue and shit, and then it's like multiple levels, and it just looks so nice. And the biodome for all the bugs is like very serene and peaceful.
The thing I love hearing people talk about Animal Crossing is they talk about stuff like that, like the aquarium is blue, and like, but there's clearly like this like intoxicating nature over Animal Crossing, of just
definitely.
making the mundane or something that's so normal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And when you go
calming,
to the
peaceful.
when you go to the exhibit for all your fossils, there are certain points in the exhibit where the camera will pull out and pan around the museum. So once you actually collect all the fossils for a certain dinosaur or whatever, you can see the full picture of the fossils you collect.
If you've never played an Animal Crossing game, like this is pretty like it was just not like that. Mm-hmm. But you would always get like fossils in 3 or 2 or 3 pieces, and you have to wait to complete it.
Yeah. So I saw a little bit of that, and it's the museum is beautiful. Also saw outfits and fashion and customization for your character. Boy, yeah, you get to do some cool things. You got a hat, you got to have hair accessories, you got to have glasses, sweaters, jackets. There's a maid outfit. You can get a combat helmet. I had a bath towel and a combat
helmet.
Yeah, yo, it's like a World War II.
Have you never played Animal Crossing?
I played the one on
GameCube.
GameCube.
Of shit in there.
Yeah.
But it's been ages. I played the GameCube one, and that was mine. But ever since then, it's been a bit.
Yeah.
It's been a bit for me.
So yeah,
I played Wild World every day for 2 years.
Can I get like a SWAT team uniform in it? Not that I want it.
What?
Can I get a leather jacket?
Oh, and for the fashion, I don't know. Yeah, probably, maybe.
Sick.
Because I had like the World War II style helmet, and then I had a bath towel, and
So you can look like a crust punk.
big old glasses, and you can get different socks and shoes.
Red socks, black boots. That's all I need.
Yeah, you can do that.
Trying to look like, oh my god, Taxi Driver ass.
No.
What?
Who?
I don't want to look like.
Robert De Niro?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh my god.
I mean, when I said crust punks, it's not that far off, but
I mean, it's a fit.
yeah.
After a pee break, we are back talking about Animal Crossing New Horizons. So you were talking about the fashion options. So you got to see.
There's a lot of options in the demo we saw. Of course, it's gonna take a lot of time to unlock all that stuff. So Nintendo had set things up to where we had been able to fast forward and get to see all those things because we had very limited time with it. And there's a lot of options, man. I'm really excited if I ever get to the point where I can have all those things. It's really, I love fashion in games. Like Final Fantasy 14 is huge into glamour. For Extra Life 2019, we held an entire costume contest, a glamour contest in Final Fantasy 14 for Extra Life. I'm very fascinated by the outfits that people put together, and Animal Crossing New Horizons is taking that to another level because you could always customize, like hand draw your certain patterns and all that. And I know that what was the Wii one? Was it City Folk? And then
Yeah, we don't really talk about City Folk.
oh really? Hey,
I just didn't get into it.
hit them folk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the fashion options are great. So I saw a little bit of that. I saw a little bit of the museum, and there's a third thing that. Yo, you can snitch to Isabelle. If you can report your villagers for wearing inappropriate clothes or saying inappropriate things.
Which is not new.
Ooh.
Which is not
Right.
new, but I was surprised by it because like I hadn't got that deep into previous Animal Crossing games, except for the GameCube one and Wild World on DS were huge. But now it's just cute to be like and just seeing Isabelle like
Ashley's losing it.
she's like all playing.
It's like, I'm sorry, but you said you could report your villagers for wearing inappropriate clothes.
Yeah.
But like, why would you put in inappropriate clothes in the
Oh,
first
right.
Well, unless you
place?
draw
So-
something
so
on
in-
a piece of clothing.
Well, no. The way this worked in previous Animal Crossing games is like if you. I used to belong to an Animal Crossing forum where people would
Say
like
with pride.
be like, oh, come, like, does anyone have like turnips, like turnip prices? And you can go to somebody else's town and sell your turnips or whatever. If you talked to their villagers, there was a chance those villagers could move to your town. And so if you got somebody else's villagers and they had like, because you could like choose your villagers catchphrases. Sometimes they'd be like, I need a new catchphrase. And like if somebody had been like penis, ha ha ha, and you had a villager come to your town, they'd be like, what's happening today, penis? Like you could go to Isabella and be like,
This villager's wildin'.
like, yeah, Dizzy has like a really inappropriate.
Yeah.
So then what happens to them after you report them?
I
They
think
get arrested
I
and
actually have, I've
executed.
never had to do it, but they
Shot
they
in front of
reset-
the whole
I'm-
town.
I'm,
Put a bag over their head and get rid of them.
I just keep thinking about like the Handmaid's Tale, but Animal Crossing villagers. Oh God, oh no,
That's what, yeah.
that's terrible.
no, I think they just reset to their original catchphrase
yeah.
or their original outfit.
So a lobotomy.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like you get a lobotomy and how you view them.
You can also just be like, in like New Leaf, you could be like, Isabel, I have an issue with a visitor, and like make your villagers like forget somebody. Last episode, I talked about an Animal
Whoa.
Crossing breakup, and I restarted my town, but I should have just been like, oh, like we don't know her.
Holy shit.
Animal Crossing can get dark. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like force the entire time to be like, you don't know them.
And it's like, oh,
When you
I
see
guess
them,
I
you look
don't.
the other way.
Who? Like who?
I mean, it's a
I'm saying?
Nintendo game, and it's in there basically just to protect children
I-
from inappropriate
yeah,
things.
I
But
get it.
I know, but it feels cold.
It feels cold.
cold out
Sometimes
there.
kids need to be told, like, don't, like, we just send them to an island where you can't see them.
That's exactly what you're doing in Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
New
you got to be
Horizons.
real with them. Be like,
so did you do it in the demo?
Yes, I snitched on
Everyone.
somebody. I didn't get to see what had come out of it because it was a very short demo. But
execution.
man, damn, hate to see it.
yeah.
But yeah, Isabel's there. She's adorable, and I saw some of the crafting stuff. And there was a fifth thing. Tom Nook's flight miles. Stay fly, no lie. You know this, ballin'.
What?
They're like achievements.
You just put words together.
No. I knew what you were doing.
Is it?
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Ballin',
Ballin'.
we say fly, no lie.
We're gonna
You
get a
know
content strike
this.
if you keep going.
Okay, and then it works like an achievement system where you like do certain things and you get rewards for it. So it's another way of rewarding you for just doing the things that you do in Animal Crossing. Overall,
Wait, you get rewarded for snitching?
maybe, who knows? And I get to look through the whole thing. I'm sure they wouldn't reward that. That's in place to just like protect yourself. But yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons it's been a while since I played an Animal Crossing game, but playing that at PAX East brought me back to a very serene, peaceful place because the music is music's so adorable. I love it. They love fashion. And I like when you because when you go to Able Sister's shop, you go into a dressing room.
That's what I was going to ask. So you went to the Able Sisters shop.
Yeah, you go to the
the
Able
demo
Sister.
I played, I can talk about the demo I played a couple weeks
Previously,
ago.
yeah.
Was just I start like from the beginning of the game, so like none of this was in there.
Yeah. So I love the way the Able Sisters shop is set up this time around, because you go into a dressing room and it's a menu with your character in the center, and you can just like pick and choose whatever you want to try on, and it's immediately represented by your character in the middle. And each time you pick a new item, they strike a new pose. And it's so cute. They're like they'll
Note
do
for
that.
the audio people that Michael was striking poses.
Very cute poses.
And he's adorable.
Yeah.
He looks
Aw.
so damn cute.
So you can see your whole outfit that you want to buy before you actually buy it. And then you can be like,
goodness.
okay, I want to buy this set that I put together. Boom, buy it, and you come out of the dressing room with it. It's really efficient because I like doing fashion in games. And it's a little bit clunky in like NBA 2K because you go into the dressing room. Oh, I'm going to look through
What a
pants.
comparison.
I know that was the real.
No, real talk. Real talk. Like NBA 2K, the huge thing for like the My Player thing is fashion and going to the courts and balling up in like the dopest Nike joggers and like, oh, damn,
Sorry,
bro.
Nike. The Nike,
Nike joggers, or maybe my Adidas sweater.
Adidas. Yeah, Adidas.
Yeah.
Feliz Navi Adidas.
Or my,
Oh my god, that's the funniest thing I've ever freaking heard.
God, your bar's low.
Oh my god.
Let's keep Ashley.
Well, you've never heard Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, so.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
But anyway, so
Yes. So the way the fashion thing is set up is, shouts out to the Able Sisters. Y'all are gonna get all of my bells. I'm gonna spend it all there once I get around to it.
speaking of bells, did you see that story going around today about the billionaire, the Animal Crossing
I also
billionaire?
thought that name was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Bloody Bellends.
No, wow. No.
Ooh,
What are we on about?
The
Billionaire.
billionaire.
the
Someone
billionaire.
Tom Nook.
Oh.
The kid, the Animal Crossing speedrunner, he's finally about to hit 1 billion. I don't know if it's a he,
Billion
but
bells.
they're finally about to hit 1 billion bells in I think the GameCube version. I saw this headline this morning on Bart, so my details are fuzzy.
I'm surprised that they actually didn't put a cap. Like usually,
Yeah,
Usually
usually
the
it's
cap-
999999999.
In Pokemon, the
Isn't that
cap
what it
is 900, not 9 million.
Are you sure? I thought it was 900. You would know better than me, but I thought you told me it was
It's
999,900.
9,999,900.
Oh, it's 900. Okay.
Yeah, because I hit the cap trying to get the fucking flame orb, which I finally got because they added it in an event.
Anyone who makes more than $10 million should be taxed at 70% anything they make over $10 million. You know what I'm saying?
It's come from Mr. Political.
Yes. SA
Yesterday was Super Tuesday, so it's just that's at the top of mind.
I'm
So
saying.
anyway, anything else you want to talk about PAX East before we move on?
Oh,
So we
well,
probably need to.
Let's
speed
do a
this-
blast
Yeah.
question. Aside from Animal Crossing.
She
Number one.
Dreams Elsewhere.
There we go.
That is a game from my boy Davion Gooden. It's Undertale meets Persona. I talked a little bit about it in our PAX East
How's
video.
that work?
Damn.
It's very impressive, and Davion Gooden, he is putting a lot of his own putting a lot of his own stank on it because he's almost.
Stank. I'm gonna develop a game and I'm just gonna rub my stank on it.
Ben Jacobs says
what
it
was
all the
this
time.
that you're doing?
Rubbing stank. For the audio listeners,
Out of the corner of my eye.
I'm rubbing stank.
Ben Jacobs says it all the time. It just means to put your own like personal twist on things. And I'm really impressed with that game because of how it's really cool. You should check it out. She Dreams Elsewhere. It's an RPG. It has a lot of like Persona stylings, but it has a lot of Undertale vibes from its like art style, and it's like the perspective you have in combat.
This is a shotgun question.
What? Oh yeah, that is the number one game I saw. And one more game that I saw. There's 2 games that stood out, and the other one is Star Renegades, roguelike RPG. I think it's roguelike RPG, and the combat system is very complex, and I love it so much.
RPG.
And then really quickly, you've also seen Doom Eternal recently.
Yeah, I guess we don't have that
Can
much.
other
time for
people? You have content up on
it. We have
GameSpot.
yeah, Jake and I did a bunch of content for Doom Eternal.
It looks wild.
We spent a lot
I'm
of time
so
talking about
jealous.
bad fan fiction, so we gotta like speed this shit up.
Thanks. Anyway, to give you all the quick rundown of Jake and I went to Texas to see go to id Software. We saw Doom Eternal. We played battle mode, and I'm impressed with battle mode because of how much the way it is 1v2 asymmetrical multiplayer, and we got one Doom Slayer, gets 2 demons, Doomslayer plays exactly like it does in single player, so that muscle memory still shows through.
Cool.
When you play as Doomslayer in the multiplayer. So you're just still doing the same things: glory kills, chainsaw kills, flamethrower. You're still cycling through your weapons, kill all the demons, and your objective is to kill the 2-player control demons. Very hard because the demons on their side can spawn in minions. They have special powers. They have different attacks. They all move differently because you can take on roles of 5 different demons. So they work like different character classes.
Ooh, I like that.
And then you have to outsmart Doomslayer, who's just like ripping and tearing through all the demons that you spawn on there.
Good time there.
And it is like we've seen asymmetrical multiplayer in a bunch of other games, but I don't think it's ever done it this tightly and this sharply before, because the foundation of Doom is very strong to begin with. So they're coming from a strong place already for this. And I don't know if it's going to like hit for everyone, but they hit exactly what they're going for.
The multiplayer in the first one was
Bog standard.
It was nothing to write home about.
Yeah, there's deathmatch.
Whether you like this or not, you have to at least give it to them that they're trying something different and they're executing on their vision
It sounds
extremely
kind of
well.
like the Typhon Hunter Prey multiplayer thing they added, like asymmetrical.
Yeah,
like
sure.
You're hunting down kind of one.
Yeah, the function's a little different, but the idea is kind of similar.
I'm intrigued by it. I mean, I love Doom.
Yeah.
So.
And I played a new single player mission. It's very good. Boss fight at the end. You can watch some fire ass gameplay on GameSpot.com.
It's good. I was watching it. This might be sacrilegious. I was watching it without headphones at first just to see what was flowing. And then I was like, I am just as excited for that soundtrack as I am the game. Because I probably put more hours listening to the Doom 2000 Mick Gordon soundtrack than I have actually playing the game. So I put my headphones on to listen to the soundtrack with that video on GameSpot, and it is tight.
Yeah, every time I've seen Doom Eternal multiple times at this point, every time it continues to impress me with something new. That is,
can't wait.
So far from what I've seen in preview form has been impressive and incredible. I'm excited to see what other people think of it once it comes out there, because man, like I love shooters, but I was more of like a tactical shooter kind of person. Like, oh yeah, I played a lot of arena shooters in my life, but I aim and then I move, But there's there's a lot of systems in place that make you think a little bit more, and I like what they're doing.
Nice.
Really like it.
Can't wait.
Really quickly, because I don't think anybody here has had the time to play it. The Final Fantasy VII Remake demo was released.
I want
to play it so bad, but I just have not had time.
I think we could probably save like a deeper discussion for next week. Obviously, Ashley, you're a Final Fantasy person. Have you spent any time with it?
Well, unfortunately, the demo released when I was here.
Oh, right.
And
yeah.
so my PS4 is sadly at home. And it's not even on rest mode. And I won't even ask my roommate to try to download it because she will have no idea what she's doing. Oh, I really want to play the demo. But I think at this point, I'm going to kind of treat it like how I do with a lot of movies I want to see, which is like, I actually don't, I try to avoid the trailers.
Hell yeah,
I'll avoid the demo.
Way to
I just
go.
want to like go in blind and just do it because it looks great.
Yeah, I played Final Fantasy VII Remake at events past, and this is the demo's an extended version of that, and it dropped on Sunday right when PAX ended, and PAX 7 Remake was playable for the first time to the public at PAX East. Oh, I keep saying PAX West, I think, but it was
you've been saying PAX
East.
East.
But yeah, it was playable for the first time publicly.
Weast. Oh, thank you. I was going to say Weast. Now I
said
feel better.
yeast earlier.
PAX East. Yeast infection.
Oh, God.
Dude, we were doing a SpongeBob thing.
What's the SpongeBob thing?
You're doing a SpongeBob thing?
Yeah,
I want in on the SpongeBob
Me and Ashley
thing.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Patrick Starr doesn't understand that the W stands for West, and he says it's Weast. Anybody?
Weast.
Jake would know what I'm talking
Yeast
about.
infection. Okay, keep going.
7 Remake demo is out. You should play it because I think 7 Remake is shaping up to be extremely cool. There's also a bunch of content on GameSpot.com by Edmund Tran, and people need to put respect on Edmund Tran's name. You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying?
He's a star.
Oh, speaking of Edmund Tran, it just reminded me of my.
Speaking of Edmund
Will you marry
Tran,
me?
No. It makes me think about all my Asian folk out there. At PAX East, the Victoria Tran, not related to Edmund Tran, But she's a homegirl who's working on a game. She works for Kit Fox, but she had a panel about disappointing your ethnic parents by being in the gaming industry. Wonderful panel. Shouts out to my homegirl. And Edmund Tran does that in Australia, that same panel, but he holds it down for Australia. Wonderful panel. So shouts out to all of my ethnics. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, dude.
And Chris.
You okay, Ashley?
Yeah. So good.
And
Edmund Tran likes Grim Fandango, so that's cool.
you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, Half-Life Alyx surprise
Like, why
gameplay
am I here?
videos from Valve. Question mark is what is written down here. There were some surprise Half-Life Alyx drops.
Because the surprise was like, no, I mean, Valve kind of does this thing where they like don't really say anything. Just like, we're going to put
Valve
this
is
out.
Valve, you know?
Yeah, they call their own shots. And then we're like, whoa, damn, this is Half-Life Alyx gameplay. There's 3 separate videos, but we've compiled them all into one on GameSpot, so you check that out. But this is the first Half-Life game in 13 years, so it's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. As a Half-Life fan, I will say, I think like the first chunk of that gameplay footage, it was one of those things where I was watching this and I was like, it was not exciting to watch, and that's how I felt. And I think it's one of those things where it's like I need to tell myself it's one of those things, and it's unfortunate for the viewer, at least for some viewers, where I'm not going to really get this game until I'm playing it because it is VR, and because just watching someone interact and do things, VR is
It's different.
It's such a specific experience that you have and how you maneuver things. I will say the last gunfight of that video was fucking awesome. I thought that fight kicked ass, and that like really, really showed me like a good way of how there's like a part when the player is like ducking behind a van, like uses the door of the van to open it to block fire, and like moments like that while like the player was like attaching things to the gun while also fighting other people. I was like, that's the stuff I'm excited to experience. But that gameplay footage, it's just hard for me because I also don't play a lot of VR games.
Yeah. So as someone who has followed VR since its public inception since 2016, there's always the thing with VR has always been like, oh, every game that comes out is like, oh, it's a tech demo, or they're trying to prove a concept, and that's kind of all it does. I mean, VR has come a long way since then, but watching Half-Life Alyx in action, this is probably the either the first time or the time that I've seen all of those concepts come together as one. And there are some like narrative driven games where you explore the environment, you get out of that, but it doesn't really have like in-depth combat. But here is kind of all of those elements that you've seen evolve through VR are finally coming into one game. And if that makes me excited for Half-Life Alyx, because I play a lot of VR games and I've been impressed with certain aspects of them, but not the whole. This is the one that looks like
it's the reason why I'm
whole.
joining the VR boat.
Yeah.
I'm sure the VR horse. That's why I'm getting a headset, you know. That's why I'm this game, Alyx.
Bandwagon? You're
that
joining
one.
The
No,
bandwagon?
but also
I'm getting on the
this
VR horse and I'm riding along.
The horse with the VR horse blinders.
Yeah, the VR. Yeah, the horse with the
That's what he
VR
means.
headset. That's like riding in place like those cows. You see the news story about the cows that are living in this VR world
Yes,
to make
I
them
have.
happier. I'm riding on the
Yeah.
horse that's in the VR headset that makes it feel like
okay. Because before, when you were like,
I
the
don't know what
place
I'm-
where the cows was like a farm.
it's that one
Yes, of course.
where dead bodies are and you take ham sandwiches from their bodies.
Oh my god.
Witcher,
It
there's
all
a
comes
callback.
back
Come
around.
on.
Cool.
That's all I gotta say.
That's all we got.
And that's that on that.
That's that on that. We're going to move on to listener questions. You can email us at afterdarkpodcast@gamespot.com if you want to ask us questions about really anything. We get all sorts of emails. We don't need any more spam emails though, so stop with that if you're one of those spam people.
And also,
They're
if-
bots, I don't know.
If you're trying to shoot news at us, don't send it to
That's
After
not
Dark.
the right email. This first question. Hey, listen, GAD crew.
I like
I like-
GSAD better.
Ooh.
GameSpot After Dark. GSAD.
GSAD.
Sad.
Game sad.
Game sad. Yeah, always. Hey, listen, GAD crew. I woke up this morning craving some Zelda talk from y'all. It is a series not without some controversy, such as the jump from Zelda 1 to Zelda 2, Wind Waker's graphical debut, Skyward Sword's motion controls, and Breath of the Wild's open world / dungeon design. Thoughts, favorite moments, what the top 5 list looked like to you. For my part, Link's Awakening taught me the series game language, such as rocked walls, movable What's going on over here?
Just Ashley's like, I
Ashley's
just see
Sorry,
like
it's
it looked
just
like you
a
were,
lot. Please go on.
she was looking at an explosion.
This is a lot, by the way.
Such as rock walls, movable blocks, burning bushes. To me, the franchise was getting lackluster in the GameCube and Wii era, but won me back with Breath of the Wild. Thanks a bunch. Nick from Florida. P.S. What is your best impersonation of the Zelda 2 game over Ganon laugh? Never played Zelda 2, so I can't help you there. But I can go, thank you.
Thank you.
That's a really bad impression.
Shut up.
Someone, what?
Thank you.
Bug.
Beetle, the
It's called Bug.
Beetle, the merchant from Wind Waker.
Oh.
Thank you.
Rob Handlery does it very good.
Rob does the best.
Yeah, well, that's just
Rob's
There's
a gem.
at least one episode of this podcast where all of you were just saying his line over and over.
Yeah. Well,
Super
you're not
kind.
doing
You guys are
it.
very
You're
good
doing
at
a
it.
Dutch Vanderland. You're doing who?
Arthur Morgan. I feel like
We're going to Tahiti.
who's that
have a
dude from
plan.
Rudolph who's like, I'm a train with square wheels. Like, Anyways,
So a top 5 list of Zelda games. For me, I mean, I always categorize. I have to like the caveat is 2D Zelda versus 3D Zelda. I think they're different.
Okay,
Like,
that's a good point.
I think of them differently. I really love Breath of the Wild. My personal favorite Zelda is Majora's Mask. Then probably Wind Waker. Then Breath of the Wild. Then Link to the Past. Then no. See, it's like I had to put Link to the Past over on a different. It's just not the same.
Yeah, it's hard to compare them.
Yeah.
But
I will say Wind Waker's graphics are phenomenal. Toon Link is best
Yeah.
Link, and everybody was wrong.
yeah, same thing.
it's aged.
I hate the
Miraculously.
art style of Skyward Sword. I refuse to play Skyward Sword.
You know what's messed up?
I hate
Hot
how-
take. I like Skyward Sword.
That's not a hot
It's
take.
fine.
IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
Well, I feel like it's a hot take among Zelda
probably give it
folk.
like a 7.5.
I feel like it's fairly common to meet people who
See, for me,
don't like it more than they like
it's
it.
just not even about the motion controls. I just hate the art style.
yeah.
Actually. Top 5 Zeldas for me. Let me see. Off the top of the brain, let's see. Wind Waker number 1. Majora's Mask number 2. Number 3 would have to be shit. Breath of the Wild. 4 is Ocarina of Time. 5 is Link's Awakening. No. Sorry, Link to the Past.
Yeah, I would probably do Link to the Past then Ocarina, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ocarina was a little bit more formative for me.
Yeah.
Then I went to Link to the Past. Or I had Link to the Past and I had my brother's save. So I had already, like, I was just walking around, like chopping shit down. I'm like, I don't really get it. Played Ocarina of Time. Well, I was like, whoa, that's wild. And then I went back.
I just want to say I like Spirit Tracks. And I even enjoyed Phantom Hourglass. Ashley.
So I actually haven't played a ton of Zelda games. There's like a strange gap for me. But the only ones I did play, which are less than 5, obviously I think Breath of the Wild is the one that I've put the most time in, only because, you know, it's newer and I managed to get into it, even though I really thought I wouldn't. Because again, after that for me is Majora's Mask, which I love because it's creepier, it's weirder, but it's also so much more stressful than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh my God. And then, you know, after that, I feel like Ocarina of Time because it is a classic. And then the only other game I played, please don't ask me why, I don't remember, but Phantom Hourglass I played. And you know what? It was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, Phantom Hourglass is a lot of shit, but it's fun.
Really?
But I feel like
thought
a lot
the
of people
general
didn't play
consensus
it.
is that the game's all right.
People like Spirit Tracks way more than Phantom Hourglass.
Okay.
But I just love Toon Link, so I went on I went on this whole journey.
I've never played Twilight Princess. I saw somebody
Neither have I.
play a
Dude.
little bit of it. I saw a wolf, a weird thing, but
I
the
love
wolf
Twilight
was
Princess.
lost in the sewers for a long time. And then this is when I was watching my old roommate play. And then there was something with a lot of goats. And then I was like, why are you playing this game where you're spending like 20 minutes on this weird goat mini game?
Oh,
But
I know what you're
then-
talking about. Yeah.
But it was so
the horse. I think it's been a bit, but it's like you're it's like a horse mini game. You're trying to get the
you're
goats
just trying to
into,
like, I think, gather them.
Yeah, trying to herd them.
That game just came out during a time where I didn't play a lot of games. So
For me, I didn't own an N64 growing up, so I played Ocarina of Time late. I played Majora's Mask late. but I did play a lot of early Zelda games, including Zelda 2 is actually probably the one I put a lot of time into as a little dude. But but even though I've played a lot of the earlier ones, I don't know if it's like what it is, but I gravitate towards the later ones. So like Twilight Princess for me is like probably my favorite one. Breath of the Wild. I haven't played Link's Awakening, the remake.
Oh, it's really cute.
But I've played the original, so that would probably be number 3, then Ocarina, and then I've never completed Majora's Mask because I had to give up. I was borrowing an N64 and borrowing it, but that one has always been the one that I was like, I want to get through that. I want to beat that one, but that's number 5 for me, even though I haven't finished it, so maybe that's messed up. I get it. But
I mean, I don't think you have to finish every game to say you like it.
It's just one of those ones where it's like I honestly feel like it could be number 1, but I can't say that because I haven't completed it. And it's just like there's the parts I experienced that game I was like, I love this, but I've never had the opportunity to finish it. So
I played Majora's Mask really late too. I played it on 3DS.
So
and
I gotta get it.
Properly played Ocarina for the first time on 3DS. It was a time when like we rented a lot of games instead of buying them because that was when my parents were like, they had their games that they wanted to buy and play. And then like, if I wanted a game, it would be like, well, she may or may not like it.
Yeah.
So we rented Ocarina and I distinctly remember having a really hard time like getting past certain things. I just did not understand
when I was a
language.
youngin', I think I had to use a walkthrough.
I just didn't understand the language of Zelda games at that time.
I think that the Zelda games, like when I tried to play Ocarina of Time for the first time, it seemed like to me the franchise, even at that time already, I think I was like probably like 12 or something, that it felt, I don't know why, impenetrable to me, that it seemed like there was a way of thinking that Zelda players have adopted like when they go through these games. So like an example that I usually use is like, I do a lot of like New York Times crossword puzzles. But the thing is that everyone's like, oh, you must be really smart. Well, I'm not. But second, it's also about adopting, like there's a certain way or certain answers or a certain way of thinking that you get used to. So actually it really isn't super difficult later. And I think it might be I felt that it was the same with Zelda, and that like, when I finally looked it up, like on GameFAQs or whatever, right? I was like, how the hell do you solve this? And they're like, oh, you stand here and then like you shoot an arrow into a hole on the other side. And I was like, what hole? What do you even, and they're like, oh, well, it's over there. And then like, once I read that, I was like, how, like my 12-year-old brain, I'm sure I was like already, cursing extensively by this point. I was just like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that?
Yeah.
Like Zeldas and crossword puzzles.
And so now that I think like, I'm like, okay, so maybe if I played more Zelda games, it wouldn't have been as difficult for me to
I honestly
start.
I think Ocarina of Time is a weird one to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that was technically my first Zelda game, but there's a lot of stuff in Ocarina of Time that like if you don't know the language of Zelda, you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
I think Twilight Princess has some of that.
Yeah.
In certain parts.
To Nick's point, like Link's Awakening, I think if you play the remake, I think Link's Awakening is a super good way to get the language of Zelda.
Oh, that's so funny because Link's Awakening was technically my first Zelda game on the Game Boy that my cousin gave me. He's like, well, I'm not playing this, why aren't you? And I'm gonna just say it right now, I was too stupid to understand what the hell was going on. I put it in and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And he's like, washed up on shore, there are these cool like beach noises coming from my Game Boy. I'm like, this is dope, this is great. And then I couldn't get past the trees and I was like, well, I guess I'll just turn this off and never play it again.
Yeah. Because I'm an idiot. I mean, I did that with Ocarina of Time, but I was like 5, so
Yeah.
because I'm young, I guess.
We're all little.
We're all
things.
young in some way. Anyway,
Wind Waker is the GOAT.
Wind Waker.
You know what I'm saying? Greatest of all time.
Put Wind Waker HD on Switch, Nintendo.
Dude,
Don't
put Twilight Princess and fucking Wind Waker, please.
Moving
on
on.
Switch. Okay, moving on.
Hello After Dark. Actually, Michael, do you want to do this one?
Oh, sure, yeah. Hello, After Dark crew. Just a simple question for you. Oh, that's called bars. You're a member of the Animal Crossing universe. You wake up one day and decide that you have had enough of Tom Nook's monopolistic bullshit. They didn't say that. Monopolistic grasp on commerce in the world. It's a very polite way of saying it. How do you structure a business that can compete or take him down? Thanks, Wholesome Jacob, aka Jacob McCourt.
That's Wholesome Jacob because Jake Decker is evil Jacob.
He's a Susio boy.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So I just want to say I love this question. My answer would be to form a villager co-op.
Yeah.
And put the means of production in the hands of the animals and
Seize the memes of production.
I think I can say it better than that. That was good.
You know, I'm not gonna make my own business. I'm going to like we're gonna have free healthcare in my village.
He's
so.
an entrepreneur. Let him rule. That's
What?
not my
Are
rule.
you talking about Tom Nook?
I'm just kidding. It's a
What
joke.
do you guys think of the take that's going around that Tom Nook is actually a good landlord because he has no deadlines, no interest?
It's a take.
I mean, that's as in you can pay whenever you want.
Yeah.
Well, people are like, you know, the narrative is like Tom Nook's a crook because he's like the money holder in the Animal Crossing universe. However, Tom Nook his loans have no interest, no deadline, and basically no credit limit or anything like that.
I mean, that means that you're never going to pay your rent.
I mean, you never really have to.
Exactly.
He never comes knocking on your door like, yo, you finna get evicted.
Yeah. So what's the initiative to be a part of the system?
I think, what is it? You want to upgrade your house.
Because it's human nature to do that. What?
Exactly. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, without it, we probably wouldn't.
My problem with Tom Nook is that he puts you in situations that you didn't ask for. Like, I didn't ask for this bell debt. You bloody bell end.
Ooh. That was good. That was actually proper.
He does. He's like, we've just upgraded your house. Congrats on paying off your loan. However, did you ever think you don't have enough space?
Yeah. He's one of those guys.
And I'm like, you know.
He's not the worst, but he's still bad. You know what I'm saying?
So, Wholesome Jacob, I would say that I probably shouldn't give my true opinion on this because it's too political.
Oh my
I'd move
god.
right off.
No.
I'd fucking move
I
out.
have two ideas.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's
Okay,
hear them.
number one, Airbnb type thing for my house. So it's like I'll pocket the money that these tourists, and then you know
Fight
what
fire
I mean?
with fire.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Or
That's called adapting.
number
That's
two,
good.
more aggressive, out of my wheelhouse. I don't care. Cryptocurrency.
Yo.
I'd move.
Crypto
Moving
bells.
away from bells.
Yeah. I just move out.
Go to another island?
Yeah.
It turns out he's still
No, me and the rest of the villagers were unionizing.
there. Yeah, hey.
Ooh.
Like Timmy and Tommy? Like,
I guess it's a bet. I mean,
Timmy
it's like,
and Tommy, how you feel about your wages?
yeah.
I mean, that's the fight you want to fight. And it's just like, I don't got time for this.
Like, Isabel, how much are you making? There's no taxes here.
Yeah,
like,
you know-
what pays your salary?
How much do you think Isabel makes?
She
Not a
probably
lot.
works for free, dude.
dude,
Volunteer work.
Dude, doesn't
No.
she? Dude.
Doesn't
yo.
she? Didn't you see that post where it's like clearly she just wears Gucci?
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
She owns not one but two Gucci sweaters.
Yeah, where'd you get that from?
I think
Who's paying
she's
for that?
making bank.
I think she's selling fruit on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Thank you, Wholesome Jacob. And actually, we had a big pee break drama this episode, but I forgot at the end of last week's episode, we all were like, we have to finish the episode because we're all going to pee our pants. So this person says, hello, After Dark crew. I hope everyone on last week's episode made it to the toilet and that everyone's kidneys are safe. This is actually from February 21st. What day is it today? Was that last week? I
So,
don't know.
wait, was it the one with Dave Klein and Peter Brown?
I don't know. No, Lucy was there and we had to pee really bad. Anyway,
I think this is a common reoccurring thing. 'Cause
maybe
when you
we
drink
just always
alcohol,
we drink
yeah.
a lot. We drink beer every episode.
Yes.
Question. So this is from Robert J. Robert J has two questions. What game difficulty do you all usually play? And what difficulty you pick when reviewing a game? Thanks for reading and have a lovely day. Sincerely, Robert J. P.S. I'm sorry for all the commas I used incorrectly in any of my previous emails. That's because we had a question that was like, what makes you angriest? And Peter was like, Kallie, yours is misused commas. And I was like, you're right. Okay, so what difficulty you guys play on?
Normal and normal. For RPGs, it's hard to tell what the difficulty spikes are like. And older RPGs don't let you change difficulty on the fly. So I just go into them playing normal. Most recently, Persona 3 has a problem with its difficulty spikes, but still love that game. But I think something like Doom or... So I wouldn't play Call of Duty single player on a harder difficulty because of the way that game is structured. But the way Doom is structured, I would play that on a harder difficulty because you know what the variables are. When games make the variables of difficulty very clear, I am more willing to play the game on a harder difficulty. When they leave those things up as a mystery, or if it leads to cheap shit, fuck it, I'm playing on normal.
Yeah.
You know vibes.
Yeah, for reviews, usually I'll just do normal.
Yeah.
And I think it really depends on the game if I want to choose a harder difficulty. I think like I just have to guess depending on the game. I think unfortunately the last misdiagnosis, that's the only word I can think of, is for Wolfenstein, actually.
Yeah, I know a lot of people had that.
It's hard.
And I feel like that, so the newer one, not Youngblood,
New Colossus?
New Colossus, I feel like was much harder than New Order. In just
New
like
Colossus
just
was
the
brutal.
regular.
Yes, and it's funny
difficulty.
too that you bring up New Colossus specifically because I'm playing through Doom on Nightmare, not Ultra Nightmare. But I started also playing through Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus again on the hardest difficulty, and it is unreasonably hard. I mean, maybe like I thought I was going to be fine because I was tearing through, not the brag, through Doom on Nightmare, but the moment I went to New Colossus, it was like one-shot kills on me, and I was like, I don't know, I can't. And covering systems are way more complex in that game than Doom is, so it's not like you can run, jump, gun, and fly around the place.
Yeah,
but
I
New
feel
Colossus,
like-
you get to a point where you're just kind of in a corner and you're just ducking around certain areas
It's
to
weird
try and shoot
because
through people.
I think New Colossus tries to combine the whole like with Doom, like you said, it's so easy to just sort of like run and gun and get a bunch of stuff.
That game
and keep
encourages you to
moving.
move.
And like it, Wolfenstein does, but it also forces you to be a little bit tactical about it. But only I feel like at the last minute or
Exactly.
like
or at the
like
very
you're in a
beginning,
pinch.
because like you
Dude,
gotta
when
knock
you
out
have-
the commandants basically.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get
You're
them.
still in the wheelchair and you
Yeah.
have to playing that opening part in the hardest difficulty was like I was like maybe I'm not that good at games. I was
I
thinking there
reviewed
during
New
that part.
Colossus and I played it on. I typically review games on normal just to get them like
Yeah.
standardized.
Exactly.
But that one I reviewed on the level above the standard one. Just because I was like, I play a lot of shooters, I can handle it, and I did. I played it on that difficulty the whole way through. But like I was like, ooh, this is the max. I'm not going any higher.
Yeah.
And then when I reviewed the Switch version, because that version made me so motion sick, I had to drop it down.
Oh, really?
It made
Really?
me so like in a handheld. Yeah.
I always start like medium or normal. If I'm reviewing a game, I'll always start the same and then I'll go and test the hardest difficulty to see what it's like. Fire Emblem is a good example of a game that I wish I started on hard.
That game you got, like, if you're just starting Fire Emblem Three Houses,
Yeah.
I will always recommend doing it on casual, which is not permadeath, but on hard.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
are not
yes.
used to Fire Emblem, instead of doing classic with permadeath and
Yeah.
normal, do casual and hard.
Yeah. So I wish I started that game that way. But normally I start on normal or medium. And if I really like that game and I'm going to play it again, I will always step it up and go harder. So, or in the case that I really don't like the game but I feel obligated to finish it so I can articulate
to
a
easy.
better opinion, I'll knock it down to easy. There's a few games I've done that with, which might be controversial because I was like, I just need to finish this game. And I put it on easy. BioShock was one of them where I played it late and I was like,
Stray.
I just need to finish this. And I put it on easy just to blast through it to see it to the end.
It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I always encourage my reviewers to, I mean, the thing is, like, I feel like games increasingly, the games that I freelance out don't have difficulty modes at all.
Yeah.
I feel like Fire Emblem is the one I can think of. I guess Call of Duty. I think I reviewed Call of Duty on hardened. Did I? I don't know. Modern Warfare was actually harder than I expected. It was pretty hard. But I can't think of a lot. Like, there's a lot of games I review that don't have like all Nintendo games. Like, Nintendo games don't have difficulty.
Yeah.
Besides Fire Emblem. And Fire Emblem, I reviewed that game on normal, and I was just like, this is a breeze. Cake.
Yeah.
And I still haven't tried the one above hard.
I want to start a new file because of that.
I've only done 2 runs, and I need to do the DLC, and I still haven't done a Golden Deer run.
I think for Doom Eternal, I might start on a harder difficulty.
Yes.
Just because I'm good at Doom. I know Doom. I know this Doom is a lot different and throws a lot of different things into it, but I think I might start on a harder
Game Doom Eternal is very good at teaching you what it is you need to know.
Okay.
And then it doesn't leave anything up to mystery. It just says, this is what you need to do. Go and do it well.
Okay.
And I've been first played it on normal during the first preview that I went to. And the second preview, I was like, I could play this on harder. And then, because I already knew what I needed to do, and it's really rewarding. It's a lot tougher.
That
but
game's
it's
difficulty
fun
balance
tough.
is good.
Yeah.
Like coming, especially playing Doom and then New Colossus back to back. Playing Doom and Nightmare, like I said, it felt fair and it's hard.
Yeah.
Like I felt
Whereas
like I
New
was
Colossus, you're like, what
I was
the
like, I
fuck?
don't know how to play this differently personally to be better at the game. So,
The
but I
weird thing-
love New Colossus so much. So
I love that game. That game is excellent.
probably in my top 5. I
Yeah,
love that game so much.
I wrote this in my review. I just love, one thing I love about New Colossus is just like never lets you forget that like the Nazis are evil and
Yeah.
that you should be fighting them.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that is done so well. Like when you go into like nuked out Manhattan, that is just like,
The courtroom scene, all of it.
dude, the courtroom. That game is, I mean, even like the opening wheelchair sequence is like, what game has
The
your
relationship
protagonist has like a,
with your
some sort of-
mother. This
Dude.
game is so good. BJ Blazkowicz
Ugh.
is the furthest from a himbo. He is
He is the
he is
opposite of
a
a himbo, yes.
attractive, hot, level-headed. He is dude.
handsome and sexy,
Handsome,
but also
he's caring, he's
got a
empathetic.
good, and he hates Nazis. What else could you
Yeah.
want?
He's
in
a
man?
good man to his to the women in his life. He cares about his mom.
You know, a feature
Fucking
I
love that
really
dude.
want to do is top 10 daddies in gaming, and it really just goes Geralt, BJ Blazkowicz, and those are the only ones.
BJ, I've before I worked here, and I was like, I had a blog, and I was like trying to learn how to write. I had a whole thing about BJ Blazkowicz, just being like, this is this game. This dude is the epitome of the macho, muscular, like stereotype action hero, but turned on its head because there's such beautiful emotional moments where it's like,
Turned on its head. Ouch.
I almost feel like it's like if the Doomslayer were injected with emotions.
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, it's kind of like what they did to Kratos in.
Yeah,
Or, you know,
but I mean,
like-
but BJ still feels. It's like
But
Kratos
BJ
has.
has more, I think, more emotional depth. because
Kratos has
Kratos'
the
whole
edge
thing
of
is-
a hardened, sort of bitter dad. When BJ is,
Whereas BJ is a daddy, so
Yeah.
it's like a little different.
Ooh, Zaddy.
yeah,
But Kratos, I feel like, tries harder. He tried harder to get from where he was.
but BJ doesn't
to-
because he's just a
Because he
He
doesn't
doesn't
need to.
have to.
Exactly.
That's
Have
the
to.
thing. BJ doesn't.
He's-
ever
Kratos
have
is a
to.
bit jaded. And he's got some.
Kratos fucks.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
clearly
We
Yeah.
know
a
that
lot.
BJ does. It's literally a scene
yeah.
in.
Oh yeah, and
And
New
also,
Order, he'd be
like,
fucking.
oh, God, I love New Colossus. There's one scene that I think about every time I.
Yeah,
guns,
okay,
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's at the very end of the game.
Powerful woman there.
Anyway, that's probably a good place.
So that's. a good
Well,
point.
actually, I do want to say that the difficulty you play games on does not matter though,
Hell
because
yeah.
whatever works for you works for you. We just try to standardize it. I think is the kind of the mood of this group.
Yeah. If
Um,
you game, you're a gamer.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
That's
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 it.
and that's that on that. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us for GameSpot After Dark. I didn't say what episode this was. This is episode
I also
30.
have a plug if anybody.
I'm getting to
sorry.
that.
My
It's
bad.
literally right here. It says
My
plugs. But yeah, so before we go, Kurt, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Hi, I'm Kurt Indavina, and I'm here to plug a show called Remember When. It's coming out this Monday at 4 a.m. PT, March. What's Monday?
Today's the 4th,
Fourth.
so
Mhm.
9th?
March 9th is the release of a show
Is it?
called.
Yes,
Yes, it is. Anyways, we have a new show coming out called Remember When, and I'm very, very excited about it. Pretty much the elevator pitch is that it is a kind of a history show. I like to describe it as a do-it-yourself nostalgia. It is about old stories in gaming history told with new perspectives from personalities here in the office and beyond. And the first episode we're launching is about the Hadouken and the importance of the Hadouken. And it's told through people like Jeff Gersman and Tamor Hussein and Chastain. We also have other faces like John Choi, who is a legendary Hadouken master, as well as Sajam, who is a commentator. So we have a variety of faces and personalities, and it's all kind of packaged together with this do-it-yourself kind of DIY, same thing, feeling. But
Kind of like an ATM machine,
yeah, ATM. What does ATM stand for?
automated teller machine.
That thing.
Machine. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was a joke because you said a redundant thing. Anyway,
I'm not smart enough. I'm sorry, Kallie. Callie Stroffer, Frockelhart. Anyways, that's my big plug. Take that with what you will. Plug it in.
Plug it in.
Ashley, do you have anything to plug?
Play Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes.
Wow.
And follow GameSpot on Twitter?
Yeah. Do that.
Oh boy.
Michael?
You can follow me and all of my bullshit at Michael P. Haim on Twitter. That's my plug. And also, I'm Mr. Worldwide out here. I'm channeling my inner Pitbull energy. I've been going to a lot of events. I have a lot of coverage on Doom Eternal. By the time this goes up, I'll have some coverage on Animal Crossing. And I am playing some games, and I will be playing some games that can't talk about quite yet, but they will be on the site. March is the busiest month of my life. God help me.
Yeah, March is it's already March, but it's
I mean, I don't really think God's out there, but if you are,
Goku, if you're out there, like, help us.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, lots of good stuff. And, my coworkers here at GameSpot always put out good shit on GameSpot.com. Follow us. Put that shit as your homepage, bro. What y'all doing? GameSpot.com, man.
Do you guys want to give your Twitter handles, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mine is at it's Ashley O as in ITS Ashley O. I'm not just saying it's at Ashley O. It is not. It is at it's Ashley O. Please decipher this message.
And also at GameSpot.
Oh my God. But no, she said personal, right?
Whatever. I mean, you could tweet
your
at,
Twitter
Ash,
handle?
tweet
Not
at
my-
Ashley at GameSpot.
Please don't.
Evan's going to kill us. What's your Twitter handle?
At Kurt_Indovina, KURT, not C. At C. Fuck, now I'm messing it. At KURT_INDOVINA.
And then,
Indovina, Chef Boyardee.
and then for me, you can now watch the full competitive Pokemon miniseries on GameSpot's YouTube that I've been talking about for like 2 months. Jake and I
Finally
finally
out.
put all of that out. It'll teach you about Pokemon stats, some major battle stuff, and also how to breed and EV train your Pokemon. It's like it's like a primer, so it's not going to go into like really complicated EV stuff or crazy.
It's really good.
Weird. Thank you.
As a non-Pokemon competitor boy, I learned stuff.
I did my best, and Jake did the most. He did a lot of graphics, so you can watch that. And then, obviously, I always read GameSpot reviews because I edit them, and I'm really proud of our reviews. And I hope that you read them. And you can follow me on Twitter at Inkydojiko, INKYDOJIKKO. And that was episode 30 of GameSpot After Dark. We will see you next week. We're about to have an actually pretty exciting next couple weeks of episodes, so keep an eye out. There's a lot of surprises in store in the next
Got
couple
a special
of
guest
weeks.
in a couple weeks, my man.
A special guest. We
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff planned,
How do you know
so
what this is?
look forward to that, and we'll see you next time. And if there's anything else I forgot, you can complain to me at afterdarkpodcast@gamespot.com. Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Feliz Adidas.